Hello, hi everyone. Welcome to the 7th episode of CounterCast. My name, as always, is Jorpin, and I am joined by Bones Brook 23 on my right. And below me today is at Sunday Lamau on Twitter. How are you guys doing today? How's everyone?
Okay, I like how you plugged my Twitter, but not Nick's.
Yeah, he doesn't use his Twitter. What the hell you want from me?
Can I use that on my iPad?
These immediate memes. So
Nice green screen, asshole.
Hey, thanks, man. I bought it myself, like $20 or something. I don't remember. Room's messy. Shut up.
Should have had it up when Acorn was here, so he wasn't the only green screener.
Yeah, you're right, but you know it's okay.
Way to plan that around our friend Acorn, asshole.
So today, our topic, which is kind of out of left field, it might be a little weird for us to talk about, might be a little weird for you guys to hear about, is really, really broad. It's transparency. Specifically in regards to game dev and streaming. So mostly what we're going to be talking about is how can transparency help or hurt both a game's development or a game developer, and how transparency can both help and hurt a streamer or a stream. Because Sunday really wants to talk about a stream and I don't, so I just want to hear what he has to say about that. So, do you guys have any examples of like a botched basically episode of transparency or non-transparency you can think of? I've got a couple.
What do you mean? You go first then, because I don't know what you mean by botched.
Okay, so the Street Fighter V launch. People were like, there was two sides of the coins with this. Is that so? To give background, Capcom basically came out with Street Fighter V, and we're like, we're releasing it early, not finished, because we want to get in the hands of the competitive players. And so a lot of people took that as a really transparent message, right? But then there were a lot more other people who took it as, well, they're lying to us because they just won't need the money right now. Yeah. And so like I would think that's like kind of like a middle ground of like where it kind of went good and then it kind of went bad. It really depended on who you talked to, basically, who your group of friends were. I'm of the mind that they actually did do it for the competitive circuit due to there's Evo coming up soon, and so they wanted Street Fighter V to be a mainstay of Evo. But then there are the single player players who are like, they just give me an unfinished game. This is bullshit. They just want to steal my money before they actually finish the game. So, what do you guys think of stuff like that? Like, do you think how transparent should a developer be in that case? Would it have been better for them if they said they wanted money, if that was their true intention, or would it have been worse?
Developers just need to talk to their player base.
Yeah.
PC gamers can see around that bullshit.
And also, like, I think it's no secret to any gamer that Capcom isn't doing that well. So if they're like, hey guys, we don't have a lot of money right now, we can't really finish this game, so can we just like release this now and then we'll give it the rest to you once we have some of your money? I actually think that would have been better than I guess what they did. People didn't freak out that much about it. Could have been worse.
Oh yeah, no, it could have been worse. I think that's another reason why they gave them a lot of slack, too, is because Capcom's doing so badly. But then there's still the people like me who are like, wow, Capcom fucked something up. I'm shocked, utterly and completely. Are you serious? Like, this is a bad launch? What? The game? What?
I have another example of a studio that wasn't very transparent with their player base, but in a different way.
Okay.
So Avalanche Studio, the people who made the Hunter Primal.
Yeah.
You were recently playing that, Torpin.
Yeah.
So they promised a lot of things, and they actually did most of the things they promised. And they talked to their community as much as they could, I think. But they didn't listen in the regards of the community asking for more updates. They went straight 2 months or 3 months, 4 months without saying anything. Even though they were getting the updates out, they didn't say anything for a long period.
They were updating the game, but they weren't telling anyone about it.
Just like the developer of Cube World.
Okay.
Exactly like that.
Yeah, but was he actually updating it? He could have literally been on hiatus for like 2 years.
Yeah.
Or a year and a half, and then he only worked on it for like half a year.
Avalanche didn't do anything for like a few months in the alpha. And that's why people were pissed, and that's why a lot of people stopped playing the game. It's a good game. It's just the developers weren't being as transparent.
It's pretty glitchy.
It's glitchy. That's why.
It's not a bad game. It's just it's got a lot of stuff it needs added or polished for sure. But it's fundamentally it's not a bad game. I'll say that.
Mm-hmm.
Another example I can think of is the whole H1Z1 debacle.
Oh, hell yeah.
That's a huge, huge example of, I think, non-transparency.
They haven't filled through with some of their promises is the thing. And
From
they're
the
not
original
talking to anybody.
launch.
Yeah.
Not
like,
even...
come
Not
on.
Did
even.
they have to
Come on.
Don't they have to kind of change their promises from the original launch since they started the whole thing over from the beginning?
Yeah, it seems like they're going to have to.
But why, if they were, why wouldn't they tell us? Like, they haven't said anything. Like, they just released a survival update. This is the first survival major content update for H1Z1 in like months. It's got
You'd think if they were going to give us what we wanted and like fulfill their promises, they'd talk to us more, but they're not. So they're money grabbing.
it's scary.
They know what they're doing.
Yeah, it feels like okay, so H1Z1 got split into 2 games, right?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I need a background for this because I don't know if we talked about it a lot. So there's the Just
We talk
Survive
about it every
component.
stream.
But,
Go
so
for it.
there's the Just Survive component, which is like the survival part of the game, where you join a server, you spawn basically naked, you got shirts, and you have to basically try to build a base or run around and survive.
That's
for
the
as
one
long as
I
you
played
can.
with you guys, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I think so. Yeah, survive.
Because that's still the only time I played H1Z1.
And you didn't like it because it's permadeath.
Well, that and
You
because it
lose all
took
your
forever
stuff.
to meet up.
Mm-hmm.
And then they split to the other half, which was the Battle Royale, and called it King of the Kill, which is... I'm not even going to begin
King
on
of the Kill.
I'm not even going to begin on why it's a dumb name.
King of the Hill.
No, it's King of the Kill.
King of the Kill.
Yeah, King of the Kill. Which is the Battle Royale part where you try to be the last person standing among like 200 people.
Mm-hmm.
So they split it into 2 games, and they're like, okay, we're going to be more transparent. We're going to tell you more about what's going on. We did this because we have 2 development teams. We're going to keep developing the game.
Believe that?
No.
Like,
No.
Because they hadn't said anything about it previously, and like... So everyone's been thinking, like, survival is dead in the water, basically. Like, that there's no way it's going to get updated. There's no way that they're going to continue to support it. They just updated it with a major patch. They had 2 new zombies. They fixed a couple bugs.
2 new zombies?
Yeah. They fixed
Young boy, a child, and large, obese female.
No, they're like Left 4 Dead zombie. There's like a screamer or something,
Yeah,
and I
they
forget,
got, like...
basically. But, like, they added 2 new zombies. They didn't add any new guns. They didn't fix any of the base building stuff that they've said they fixed. They basically, like, it feels like they didn't really do anything. And so people are, like, really mad still. They're like, what the hell? You told us you're going to be more transparent. You're going to fix things. And so they're mad because there's actually a lot more bugs and a lot of bugs that have been there since day 1 that aren't fixed. Like, there's the door glitch, which to fix it, they just removed all doors in second story, like houses. So if you have more than one story in a place, they just removed all the doors on the top floor.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's fixed. Like, okay, it can't be broken if it doesn't exist.
I have another example, but I'm not too educated on the developers. So Jorpan's I'm gonna have to ask you, Jorpan, about the developers of DayZ.
DayZ.
I think you know about them.
I know a little bit about them. I haven't been keeping up on it.
What's that situation?
Like, they've been saying they're making a new engine for the game, right? And like they have.
How many years has it been?
It's been like about a year or 2 now. Actually about 2 or 3, I think.
But
Since the launch of the
they're
game.
keeping everybody updated, right?
Yeah, like the game's been updated, like way more than the H1Z1 Just
Okay.
Survive component. Like I
Okay.
think there's a new update actually on their beta branch right now, if I remember right.
Okay, good.
But like there hasn't been a lot of like progress because they're working on the new engine. So like they told everyone like there's not gonna be a shit ton of like stuff we're gonna do. We're not gonna change major systems or anything because
I
like
think that's.
go on.
Sorry. I think, in my opinion, that's an example of a bad business model, but okay transparency.
Well, early access I think is where transparency comes into play like heavily. And I
Yeah.
think there's such a thing as early access being too transparent.
I mean, you're paying for a game while the developers are still creating it, so they have to
Yeah.
tell you what they're creating.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
Exactly.
And H1Z1 is not doing that. I mean, they've started to like tell people what they're gonna do legally. They started it, but like no one's impressed by like what they've been saying. They'd be like, "We're gonna fix this bug or 2 this week," and they're like, all these other alpha games like have new content like weekly and fix all these other bugs, like do millions of other things, and all you can do is do bug fixes like every week."
It seems like such a money grab. Like
It really like the split especially.
They're treating it like a corporate AAA title game.
Yeah.
Like They're never talking to anybody. They're just there.
Yeah.
They're just there.
And I mean,
I can't
I think
explain it any better
I
than
think
that.
part of it is that like the player base has become really like so jaded that they're just actively toxic towards any devs at this point. Like go on the H1Z1 subreddit. Don't, because it's a shit show. But if you go on there,
I was there once.
yeah,
I was there once.
like
Huh.
these people are so mad. And I'm not saying like, oh, they're butthurt. Like they're justifiably mad. Like they bought this game and it doesn't seem like anyone's even updating it anymore. It doesn't seem like the developers even give a shit. Like it seems like only people who are happy are the king of the kill players, and even then they're like pissed because there's still bugs and they haven't done anything with it.
Yeah, in that kind of community too, like the, I guess, competitive community, you're gonna have people that are just shitty in general, like a toxic community. That's what I got from H1Z1 in the first place, but the developers aren't helping that.
Yeah, I don't think that's necessarily true for all games, but I think
Yeah,
it really
I'm
depends.
just using a small
Yeah.
sample size.
I think for survival games in general, you're gonna get like more of a shitty community, just because like, well, I don't know, because there's a lot of survival games that have really good communities. It's just like no one's inherently an asshole to you. It's just like if an outsider coming in like could see it as like asshole behavior. So if you like Rust is a kill on sight culture.
That's a great example of good transparency in developers.
Rust, yeah.
Rust, yeah, absolutely.
They even
That one, and well, I guess the one I really love is Dungeon Defenders 2. I've talked about Trendy before and how
Yeah.
much I love that company because they're always like doing like a YouTube video a week about like what they're updating, what they're adding, and they go into like serious detail. And then they talk about it as they're playing the game, so you can watch them play and stuff. And
yeah, they have like
like
dev
it.
streams.
Yeah.
Warframe.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
say
they
what
just-
you will about
they're great.
Choice Chamber, but I've talked to the developer of Choice Chamber because he came in my stream, like the developer of Dungeon Defender came into Nick's stream and
Yeah,
asked him
that
what
was
he liked
amazing.
about the game and what we should change. And one Mr. Bean came into my stream and he's like, "Hey, how you liking the new race game?" And I'm like, "It's pretty cool. Is any lag you're experiencing?" "No, it's fine." And yeah, he tweets all the time about stuff, and he's a pretty cool guy. It seems like
He never went to my
he
stream.
talks to people.
I understand.
You suck.
Like it's so much better now, but I
Right.
remember like a while ago when it was so bad and like just developers did not want people streaming their game because it was like, oh, they'll watch it, then no one will buy it. It's like not true at all. Maybe
No.
it's true for like maybe it's true for games like The Walking Dead and like really story-based driven point-click adventures kind of thing. But that's
I
only
mean,
because
as a developer, that's something you have to learn to embrace.
Mhm.
With how
Well,
Twitch is growing now.
There's a lot of things that like should be warning signs when like specifically into like people making content for their game. There's a lot of things that we should throw up as warning signs to see if the game's bad before it even comes out. Like if the NDA is like after the game comes out or the day of, that's a pretty scary sign because it means they don't have confidence and they don't want. There's a couple things it can mean because Ubisoft did this for The Division and like that I actually like that game. That's actually a pretty good game. So there's a couple of reasons. They could think that their game takes way too long to get into, and so like, or it's like massively multiplayer. So like, well, we can't let just a couple people get in here and be like, it sucks. There's no people, because like, of course, there's no people. How can you give an accurate review of an MMO if you don't have a bunch of people in it?
right.
I think that's the angle they were playing. But the other angle is that they're afraid their game actually isn't that good, and they're afraid of the reviews that are going to come out. And so they'll set the NDA like if you ever want to get copies from us again and you don't want to be blacklisted, you need to, this is when the review comes out, and there's nothing you can do about it. I think that right there is actually like transparency without trying to be transparent.
Without trying to be transparent.
Yeah, because you're basically saying your
Why
game
they not-
sucks. Like you're saying you're scared of your game and you're scared that it's gonna suck, and that you don't want it to affect sales. So if a developer,
true.
Total Biscuit does this a lot, he'll be like, I can't release this. I have a review. I can't say anything about it because there's
I
an
know
NDA
he
till
does
launch.
that he does that like every day.
Yeah, and like that
What's it
that's really
called?
good of him.
Oh, what is it called though?
What?
When he can't review it.
That's an
There's a
embargo.
word for it. Embargo.
Yeah.
That's the one.
Yeah. He did that with like Sega or something.
Well, Sega just won't give him copies anymore because he like shits on their games too badly.
Well,
Explains why I
can
haven't
you
been getting the
blame
new
him?
Sonic games. Gosh, I just want to play them so bad, dude. Can't wait for Sonic Boom 2. It's gonna be a great rampant old time.
Sonic Boom, Sonic Boom.
Alright, I kind of want to talk like specifically about early access games for a little bit and like some examples of like what I see in good transparency, bad transparency, and over transparency.
specifically about early access. Early access just needs a revamp in its entirety.
Well,
yeah, I'm trying so
we can have an
hard
entire
to not buy
podcast
early
about that.
access. Yeah, I'm trying so hard not to buy early access games. Like, I see it's early access. I'm like, just be patient, Nick. It's going to be years before it's actually out, but at least you'll be able to play the entire game in its entirety.
I remember back in like 2013, I really wanted to buy DayZ, and all my friends were like, "Oh, it's so fun." I'm like, I don't really want to buy an early access game because you never know what'll happen. And I said, I guess I'll buy it when it comes out early access. It's 2016 now. Haven't bought it. It's the same price.
Yep.
And I really hate that. And it always goes on sale on Steam. Steam is one of the problems with early access games. They're always featuring early access. It's dumb.
I mean, they're just a platform, though. The developers are the ones who want to put it on sale. Steam's not like, hey, you want to put your game on sale? They're like, we want to put our game on sale.
I think Steam should enforce rules against advertising early access games better. It should have a better sorting, or I guess, or something. I don't know.
I think there should be more of a disclaimer than just like early access in the corner, because like nobody like pays attention. I think it should be like at the top, like, this game is not finished. Like, buy with caution. It may never not be finished. Buy with caution.
It's not Steam's fault, of course. It's the
not.
developers. Yeah, but I feel like Steam could do a better job of offering discretion. Yeah.
I mean, they could, but like, I get why they don't, because it would lose them business.
Yeah.
If they basically put a disclaimer like, this game might be shit, like at the top of like every page, they'd be like, dude, come on, you can't do that. Our game is shit. Like.
Yeah, that's why it falls under the developers.
Yeah, and they're not gonna do that unless they're inherently open. Like there's Gary, who make Gary's Mod and Rust. Like, he's been super open about everything. Like
he's one of the best.
He's open to the point where he's like a dick. Like
I love him.
How is he a dick?
I love following his Twitter. And just
yeah, like on Twitter, like he'll shit talk people.
He talks shits about other developers.
Yeah,
it's the funniest thing. But he's allowed to because he's a really great developer, and he's so open to his community, and he's
rich, so he doesn't care.
What else did you do besides Gary's Mod?
Rust.
I think those are those
like
the only
two,
games he's done. Yeah.
But like, I mean, they've made
really popular games. So
he left Gary's Mod to do Rust, right?
Yeah,
I think he did some other Half-Life mod too, but I don't know.
I think I don't know his exact story, but I think he's founded a new company to like make Rust, basically.
He was part of what website?
I don't know, man.
I'm looking it up right now. Go on to the next thing.
Okay, so yeah, no, I think Rust is a really good example of transparency, though. Like they when they did their engine update, when they're like, look, we built this game on like shitty spaghetti code. Like, you're gonna have to give us a bit before we can give you something really good. And then like they delivered on that, though. They like kept them updated, like, oh, we don't know when the engine's coming out, whatever, but we'll keep you updated. And then when it did come out, like, people were gonna be mad because they're like, what the hell? You're saying you're not gonna update your game? What the shit? But he gave them a reason to trust them. And so ever since then, like, the community for Rust has been, like, really friendly towards the developers. Like, they haven't been sitting there pissed off. Like, there's a couple of, every developer's going to run into problems where people are like, oh, I don't like what you did with the game. But no one's like, I don't think you're going to finish this game. You're shit. I hate you. Like, they don't really have problems with that. Because they realize, because they've been transparent. I'm trying to think of examples of over-transparency. But
see, I have a hard time talking about this. I have a hard time talking about this topic because it's exactly like, I try not to buy games in early access and since I don't buy games in early access, I don't have to worry about like, hoping that people live up to their promises. I just get games when they're done.
Yeah, I'm pretty opposed to early access unless the game's basically finished. Like, I can tell. If I look at it, I'm like, this is a finished product. That I have no problem if they just only like optimize it or like add things to it, like the culling. Like, the culling's an early access.
The culling's great, and it's basically free for what it is. It's $13.
Yeah, like
I mean, that's subjective, but
well, it's just like, I like the concept a lot, and like, as the game is now, it's basically like a really fun like fully realized game. They're like, it's a multiplayer.
There's a couple problems, but they're not game breaking.
Yeah, it's not well optimized.
They're telling you what they're doing.
Yeah. It's not well optimized. They already released an update that fixed a lot of the things that I had problems with, the Hell Station problems, etc. Don't worry about it.
They've already announced their next big update.
Yeah.
Like, that's what you have to do. That's all you have to do to be considered transparent. Just say what you're doing. Listen to the community, the majority of the community, and what they want, and then announce updates. Do you have to, though?
Do you have to listen to your community to be transparent?
Do you think
so? Why?
Yeah. Community versus entertainment. Community wins.
Okay, the non-beam answer, please.
Okay. Non-beam answer. Listen to your community, because a game is made up of the people playing it, right? I guess it depends on the game, but an online game, it's made up of the people playing it.
Yeah.
So therefore, you have to listen to the community. If they think something needs changing, like, you can't just listen to your single studio development.
What if the community's wrong?
It's
though?
too small sample size. Who else are you going to listen to? You can't just play the game and decide then I am right and this entire player base is wrong.
Well, I mean, you can, and like game developers have done that before, and like the game's been better for it, basically. Like, I'm not saying the developer's always right, but I just see problems with saying that you have to, like, to be transparent, you need to listen to the community. Like,
give me an example of a developer that's done that.
World of Warcraft. The community members have said time and time before there's stuff they don't like about World of Warcraft. They're like, this is how we designed the game. This is how it's going to come out. And the community's
It's a dying MMO now.
Yeah, but that's not because of like I mean that had a lot of issues boiling up that were killing World of Warcraft slowly over time. But
yeah, and they're still not like Blizzard. Blizzard.
I don't think
I
that's
compare it to
inherently
non-transparent developers, but they're not the most transparent.
Blizzard's. I think it depends.
I like how they're doing Overwatch.
It depends on the game team. Yeah, like Jeff Kaplan with the Overwatch
Yeah.
team is holy shit, dude. This guy's amazing. Like he's like on develop. He does the weekly YouTube developer
Whoa.
updates, and he's like telling people exactly like what they're gonna do and their logic behind it. And like there's a problem on the forums, he'll bring it up and be like, I understand what you're saying. And if they're wrong, if he doesn't agree with them, they'll be like, well, I'm sorry, we're not doing this. Or it'll be like, well, we might do a different version of this. It's a good idea or whatever. You know?
I can't talk about Blizzard in a whole because it's completely different offices and teams.
Yeah.
So.
Well, and like Ivy brings up a good point. Like if you imagine a competitive game was the balance of it was based on every like whim of the player base, that would be a shit show. Like that game would never be balanced.
No, that's not what I mean. You have to listen to the majority, and you have to take time to decide whether it's correct or not. You can't just.
But the majority can be wrong. Like that's the problem. There's good examples of this in like League of Legends. There's good example. Like everyone was crying that this like particular challenge.
You need to take it into account.
No, there's particular instances, especially in League, where like champions will come out and they'll be like, people will be like, it's overpowered or it's underpowered. Like there are a lot of new champions that come out that people like. For example, the newest champion.
That's an obvious reaction for some people.
But
like a new champion comes out.
It's still the
people
majority.
Play it overpowered.
Like that's still
it's the majority, but the developer team has to be educated enough to decide, oh, this is going to be an obvious reaction from the community, and then take it into testing, and decide whether or not they're right or not. They're like an executive branch.
Yeah.
The development team is like an executive branch. They have to listen to democracy and decide whether or not they want to pass these.
That's not how the executive branch works.
You know what I mean?
You know what I mean.
Well, I mean that's just a bad metaphor, but it's okay. I get what you're saying. Like they're like the manager, basically.
Yeah.
Like they take the suggestions.
All I'm saying is they need to make a good, transparent developer. I don't even know if I'd consider it transparency at that point. Well, anyway, they just need to listen to the woes of the community and take it into account. That doesn't mean update the game instantly when they hear complaining. That just means take it into account and test for this issue / update that should be added. Thing that should be added.
Well, yeah, like, I mean...
That's all I'm saying.
They're always going to take it into account, but I feel like they shouldn't have to, like, mention, like, every single major problem the community has. They shouldn't have to bring it up and mention it and, like, specifically address it, especially if it's, like, trivial or it's not, like, a big deal. So, like, this happens a lot in the Counter-Strike subreddit, where they'll be like, oh, I found the text was not aligned correctly in one of the guns. And, like, everyone will throw, like, a giant shit show about it. And it's like the team needs, like, have a meeting right then, like, all right, guys, listen. Like, we fucked up, okay? Like, the text is not aligned in the P250's text, okay? Like, you need to sit here and we need to fix this now. This is an emergency. Like, if that happens, nothing's ever gonna get done. Like...
I know, but just speaking of Counter-Strike, did you hear what they did, with the boiler room? People were complaining about the boiler room where on what's the map called? Vertigo?
People complain about every
Inferno,
map.
yeah.
Inferno. They were complaining that the boiler room doesn't actually have a boiler in it. So the Valve actually put a furnace in that room as part of an update. That was like the biggest part of the update that was released.
That's pathetically hilarious.
And then the next update, they moved the boiler to a different part of the map, and people were so upset again.
What?
It was so stupid.
Well,
in Prop Hunt, can I become the boiler?
The Counter-Strike team is actually like a really good example of like selective transparency.
It was just they were just being stupid.
Well, yeah, but like I actually do want to talk about the Counter-Strike team because like Valve,
I love the Counter-Strike team.
Valve has a really weird structure. If you don't know about Valve, I actually know their company structure works. I read their like document. They had this big like entry like welcome to Valve thing PDF like 80 pages long. I read the whole thing, so it's super enamored into it. And I always wanted to work at Valve as like when it came out when I was younger. Now I'm just like I'd hate my life. I won't play video games and make fart jokes. Basically, their format works weird. They don't have like managers or anything. It's basically like a survival of the fittest type thing. Like they hire the best people, and then they're allowed to do whatever the hell they want.
Like, it sounds like a really good environment. Well, it doesn't sound like a good environment for
it's
people
not.
working there, but it sounds like a good environment for
It's a good environment. No,
community.
it's a good environment for the people working there. It's a terrible environment for the customer. Because look at Valve's support team. It's the biggest pile of shit
creates
ever.
Competition among.
Well, no, they all work together. It's just the thing they can do is you let me finish. It's not like Amazon where like they fire 10% of their work, the lowest pouring 10% of the workforce. Once you're there, you're good. It's just that you can work whenever you want. So that's why that's why like Half-Life 3 isn't being developed because no one wants to work on it. They don't have dedicated teams for this.
I think it's because the hype is just got way too high.
Well, that's part of it.
They'll never be able to make a game.
Do you think they feel like they couldn't live up to the expectations?
Yeah, well, duh. That's one of the reasons why it's not doing well. Like, it's one of those, like what Arkin says. It's one of those things that sounds really great, but then when you like think about it and break it down, it's actually like a terrible idea because it could fault on so many levels. One place where it faults is like on the customer end. Nobody wants to work customer service, so that's why their tickets suck. I mean, there are different fields. Like, somebody that would have to work in customer service can decide, hey, I want to be a developer and develop. But that's not Valve game. Valve doesn't have that. They have the people who are working there. Like, they don't have a dedicated support team because they can move wherever they want. That's one of the failings. That's one of the critical things people like. You need to either outsource.
It can't work like that.
Like, it does. No. That's the problem. That's why it's shit. They don't have an outsourced team. And their team doesn't want to work on it, so their ticket system sucks ass half the time. That's why they made refunds basically automatic, because they just made it so like you click a button and it's instantly approved. Like, companies, sadly, like we may not want to think about this. It hurts a lot of people because they don't want to like be middle managed or upper managed or whatever, But companies need managers, or else like people's egos get in the way and things don't get done. Like, you need someone who can stay on task, be the leader, and be like, okay, this is what you have to do. And then that leader delegates to other people, and they take the smaller, basically form people in teams, and they get shit done. A lot of AAA studios, whether you like it or not, they get shit done. A lot of these teams have like this free-form democratic like process. They can be stuck in limbo for
gets shit done.
Like there are weeks where Valve like gets like 1 million patches done, like the team's great, and then there are like months where they don't do anything. And that's part of the problem, is that they can have anyone move to do anything they want. So basically, the Counter-Strike team could not exist for like a month or two, and like everyone's like, why the hell are they not talking to us? Well, it's because they're all working on fucking Dota or whatever, And like a couple people come back, I want to work on Counter-Strike today. Like that's obviously an over-exaggeration. It probably doesn't work exactly like that.
I thought there were separate teams though.
Well, the thing is they can change whatever teams they want. They can group up with whoever they want and work on whatever they want. If they think Counter-Strike needs an update, they can get a bunch of people together, get that team together. It basically takes like that one dedicated individual who's like, we need to do this, brings people together.
But, I mean, as a less stressful workplace, in the end, you probably get a better product, right? It might take longer, and there might not be as much transparency, but in the end, you get a better product.
Not all the time.
Usually. Sometimes
the products never manifest. Sometimes, like...
Well, yeah.
They work for months, and because there's no singular vision, like what comes out's kind of shit because it's kind of like muddled, and it's going in a million different directions instead of one dedicated direction. Like take the Revolver update with Counter-Strike. Like who thought that was cool? What the team?
I thought it was pretty cool, honestly.
They released a gun, the R8 Revolver, which did more damage than an AWP at like better ranges with a faster shot time and no
like
scope.
6 shots.
And it was perfectly accurate in a game that does not have any perfectly accurate guns.
How long did it take them to update that and fix that?
Like a week.
Yeah.
Because everyone threw the biggest shit show of all time.
Yeah. They listen.
I believe it.
They do listen. I agree with you. It's just the problem is that like it takes so much more of a shit show to get them going than it does like another team, you know? Because they need themselves to get all together. It's not like they're talking to a specific team. They're talking to all of Valve and hoping that some developer's like, "Oh shit, dude, we messed up." Gets those people together and then fixes it. There's a lot more time involved. If that was like Blizzard or something, it would have been hot fixed in a day. Because their team would have saw it, their team would have fixed it then. They would have had their management been like, "This isn't okay, dude. Like, you need to fix this. You guys are stupid as fuck. Like, why did you even release this? Fix it," and it would have been fixed the next day. It took Valve a week.
Really?
Yeah, Blizzard. Have you not seen their hot fixes?
I only have experience playing WoW. So.
Blizzard and Riot Games do really well
they have like
this.
dedicated days for patches on WoW.
No, they do hot fixes though. Like, Blizzard and Riot are really good at this. If something's broken or something like is overly like dumb or like broken, overpowered, like to the point where it's ruining the experience, like it'll be fixed.
Right.
It'll be hot patched within like the day. It's like they may not say anything about. They might be like it just might be like a little blog post. It'll be like, "Oh yeah, by the way, we fucked up. Sorry." But
it's like the richer you are, the more you
sure,
can
Nick.
just ignore it and say fuck people. But like the least like if it's like your first game, like you're gonna fix like everything immediately because
That's an interesting mentality too.
yeah, where do you think the cutoff is basically? We're like how. Because, like, we all, like, think
once,
that the
once
triple...
you have more money than you know what to do with, really.
Yeah, but, like... Where's it
in Minecraft, I think, is a good example. That game isn't being updated as much as it used to be. Like, not at all.
Well,
I think the last update took them
apparently Microsoft...
more than a year?
Apparently, like, they have two teams working on it, though. Microsoft's making, like, a more compatible version. Bones, please. Microsoft's making, like, like, recoding the entire game. From Java to like their like whatever, like I think it's C#. I don't know what the hell they're coding.
That might be disastrous for modders.
Yeah, no, I mean, yeah, but it's like so they can get it working on their mobile platforms and stuff better, basically, you know. Like
kill me.
Yeah.
I mean, I only know what you've told me in this past 10 seconds, but kill me.
That's quick.
Like, okay, so this is actually something I want to talk about. What about when a company gets bought out? Like. Say, okay, this is a hypothetical example. So say, like, there's this small company, they're ultra transparent, you know, they tell everyone what's going on, they're really cool with each other, like, they talk to the community often, and then they get bought up by a big company. And, what, do you believe, do you keep believing what they say? Or, how, basically, this is your opinion.
It's a different company. You need to have experience with that company, so you basically have to start over with, your experiences in the game. And with talking to the developers, it depends on the company. It depends why why the original company had to sell their game to a new corporate company. And I mean, there are a lot of variables to this.
Well, like just take example Microsoft with Minecraft. Like Minecraft, they haven't been necessarily less transparent. They haven't been more transparent.
Because they have the same team on it, don't they?
Yeah. Well, they hired a bunch more people.
Mm-hmm.
But
that's great. I love that.
But like people seem less likely to believe what they're saying now, just because Microsoft bought them. Do you think that's an okay mindset? People. Well, do you think that's okay though?
Yes, and no, because I think you should educate yourself on what's actually happening before you think that. But I mean, of course, it's. I mean, no, yeah, I don't know, man. in most cases,
asking the hard questions today.
In most cases, yeah, it's an okay mindset because what do you expect when a big corporate company takes over a small business like that?
Bones, this is something you can probably relate with more.
Okay, continue.
How did you feel when SquareSoft merged with Enix?
Well, I didn't care until they started releasing shitty games.
But that's a bad example because they're Japanese, so they probably don't talk to the Western audience that much. because they never
Bad
do.
example because they're Japanese. Someone quote that.
God, no, I don't need any more quotes like that. Trust me. But like that they made some of your favorite games. I'm assuming. I know you don't.
Square Soft.
Yeah, they made Tactics and stuff like that. I know it's some of your favorite games.
Yeah, but I actually don't consider them as the creators of Tactics at all because the guys who made Tactics Ogre, they were hired by Square Soft and they made it for them. So I really never even thought of it as a Square Soft game.
Well, did you think they were going to make the game worse just because that happened?
No, because I love Final Fantasy Tactics A2 for the DS. That game's like one of my favorite Final Fantasy games, and it's so good. So no, not really. I only get pissed when I think about it as like Super Mario RPG was really good, and then like which Final Fantasy was the break? Was it between like 9 and 10? Was 10 Square Enix and
No,
9
like,
Squaresoft?
No, I think.
Or was it way before that?
I think it was way before that because I remember Enix
Oh,
having
was
its
it?
hands in 7, if I remember
Oh,
right.
well, Square Enix is just Squaresoft combined with
Enix.
well, it's
I don't
Enix.
remember their full. I think it was just
Square
Enix.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
But like people cite that as like a major downturn for them. Like, and they say that ruined the company. But is that necessarily true, or did they just run out of ideas?
I think the main they have a new the guy who made Final Fantasy 13. That was his first Final Fantasy game, and he's so addicted.
It
He's
shows.
so addicted. He's so addicted to the lightning character, and everyone hates him for it. Like he just keeps throwing her and everything because he loves her, and no one likes her. Everyone's like, lightning can go die in a fire, and he's like, no, she's female. She's pretty much just female Cloud. That's what she is.
That's another thing. Is it okay for developers to take their own opinion over the communities, like what we were talking about before? Does that?
Oh, totally.
I mean, yeah.
But
in a lot of cases, it's bad.
It really depends on the designer. It depends on like the main designer, because every game is like a main game designer. The game's their vision, and what have you. So
it expresses more genuinity.
No, yeah, it does.
Is that a word?
No, I get what I don't know if it is for sure, honestly, but I get what you're saying. Like
Genuity.
There are problems. There are points where the designer's wrong, the community's right, but that takes a good designer to be able to like bite their tongue and be like, yeah, I'm wrong. Like it's okay, I'm wrong. Like I messed up. You guys were right. We should fix this. A lot of people have that problem though, but that's more of like a human. It's more of like a human problem than a designer problem. Like a lot of people don't like to admit they made a mistake. It's really
some
hard.
Developers don't seem like humans sometimes, like the H1Z1 developers.
Yeah, no, yeah, like H1Z1.
Yeah.
Like, can anyone think like when everyone's like when EA comes out with a new game at like at the freaking like E3 press conferences, does anyone like sit there and think like, oh yeah, like this is a human being talking to me, like the CEO or whatever? Like, no, I feel like a carefully rehearsed robot is speaking to me about the latest Madden game or what have you.
I don't think this is a great example, but the Hearthstone team I think is kind of robot-y at times.
I just feel like they don't talk to him enough. Like,
I love the
Ben Brodes that are doing these like developer updates that are really long and explains why they're doing what they're doing. They said that this is actually a good example of like when the developer thinks they're right. I'm gonna say thinks because I don't actually have enough of an opinion on Hearthstone to actually care, but thinks they're right and they won't listen to the community. The community wants them to take a heavier stance on nerfing like older cards, like
more deck slots.
They're making them. Shut up. Oh god, I'm scared and confused.
You want to participate in the podcast? Maybe.
Well, we're talking about stuff he can't really like talk about because he doesn't care about all these Blizzard games or whatever.
Hey, I'm listening. I'm just keeping myself entertained here. That's all.
So, like Hearthstone takes a heavy-handed stance. They said they don't want to touch older cards. They'd rather come out with new cards that beat the old cards instead of mess with the old cards. And the community's like, you need to not do that because there's so many problem areas.
Power, whatever it's called.
The power creep.
where you have to. Yeah, it's crazy. I don't like that either.
That's a legitimate problem. Power creep's a legitimate problem because there's cards in the new Hearthstone expansions. They're just they're outright stronger than older cards.
I mean, I guess that makes sense from a free-to-play model because it doesn't really matter if you get new people.
One, it's impossible to like not have that in any game that's developed longer than like 5 years. Basically, any competitive game is going to keep being developed. Like look at League of Legends. Like if you basically no one plays all the older champs and all the newer champs are super strong because all the newer some of the newer champions have like 7 passives like within their abilities and like all of their abilities have more components and all the old like champions have like 4 abilities and 1 passive. Like, just statistically, they get out creep because all these newer ideas that the developers want to experiment with, they need to make them inherently more powerful to make those abilities work. Like, going to League of Legends...
I mean, I guess I can understand with the Hearthstone deal.
Yeah, I get... Well, part of it's the business model. They make more money that way.
But it makes it so much harder for new players to get the game and pick it up.
Yeah. And that's why they're coming out with the standard format, where like you can only build a deck with certain cards from the classic set, and then the newer cards, basically. So, like they're doing something to rectify the situation, so they keep developing it that way. You know?
Yeah.
They're taking their design philosophy and building something around it, but the community still disagrees with it. They like standard, but they still disagree with the old, never nerfing old cards. Where was I gonna go with that? I had a place I wanted to take it. Oh, this is where I was going. So, what do you think of big corporation, like big AAA developers trying to be more transparent than they were? Like, say for example, like EA was like, okay, we're gonna make a big push to be transparent. All of a sudden, EA started telling you a bunch of stuff and like how their games are gonna be different and like they're developing the game. Would you believe them?
That reminds me of the Sonic Twitter. Whoever runs the Sonic Twitter.
Oh.
Why?
I don't know.
Have you ever seen the Sonic Twitter, Bones?
No, never.
Oh my god, I need to...
Is it hilarious?
It's... Like, I've never seen a company Twitter, like, shit on its own video games. Like, the guy who runs the Sonic Twitter, it's like,
I feel like he ran away and found, like, a cave somewhere and... I don't know. Like...
He like changed the password and he won't give it back to him, you know. So he's like, I'm gonna run Sega into the fucking ground. Like they never catch me.
Exactly.
Like
Oh my god.
Like everyone praises that Twitter account.
I wouldn't believe it. Yeah.
Everyone praises that Twitter account, but like, do they actually praise Sega?
Hell no.
Exactly. Like, they don't trust the developer, but they trust, like, the poor intern guy or whatever.
How long has he been running that account? I'm curious.
I don't know. It's been a while. Like, a while.
It's been a while.
Thanks, Nick.
Thank you. Like, it's just, like...
Oh, I wanted to talk about this.
Go on.
Sorry. This Discord, it's not a game, but the Discord transparency has been incredible.
Yeah, like they have a product. They've been telling exactly why everyone they've been doing things, how they're getting paid, and what have you.
It's like my favorite company right now.
Yeah, please sponsor us.
Yes, like.
Yeah, we're big time.
Don't make it obvious.
As you hear the Discord noise in the background.
We're using it. Not using Skype. Don't worry about that.
Yeah, no, they're gonna have new video features. So we're gonna move to Discord like completely after that. Screw Skype. Thanks Microsoft for ruining everything. Well, Sunday, I know you want to talk about this specifically since we only got like 15 more minutes on this.
Oh, wait, hold on. I have to, wait.
Okay.
Wait.
All right.
Wait.
All right.
Wait.
Okay.
Give me a second.
All right. So, Bones, how okay. He's showing a Snapchat on stream. Yeah. Oh, God. So many dick pics incoming. No one can see that. It's too low res.
Wow. Yeah, no one could read that, dude.
You just have to type in chat.
We're all just sharing Snapchats right now. Go.
You guys want to snap with me? I don't use my account. Also,
yeah, I don't.
No.
I'm the very selfish Snapchatter where I receive them and then I don't send them back, and then people stop sending them to me.
See, I just don't like taking pictures of myself. Says the man who's on camera full time.
Same. I'm like the least photogenic person in the world. I look so bad in like every photo that's ever been taken.
Same. Oh God, so much. So Sunday, I know you're posing for a pic there. You're hashtag trying to make a change. But
are we all doing selfies right now?
I know.
Are we all doing selfie Snapchats?
I know you want to talk about streaming, so let's talk about transparency and streaming.
Let me go pull up the camera arms.
Jesus Christ. Kill me!
You're fine.
I just don't like pictures. So, but what do you think? Now I'm checking my Snap. Thanks, guys. I didn't even open this app in like years. So how do you think a streamer should approach transparency?
A streamer?
Yeah.
Well, a streamer. Well, when you stream, for most people anyway, they're streaming their lives basically, because you stream for like 5 hours a day, right? It usually. I think to be partnered, you have to stream for at least
partners. It's
how many
3.
hours a
It's
week?
3 hours a day.
5 days a week.
No,
Right?
it's like it's just like you have to stream at least like 3 days a week, and the recommended what everyone says you stream is about 3 hours. They said don't do anything less than that. That's like the community, but basically you have to stream 3 days a week. I don't know if they have an hour requirement. I think they just say 3 days a week.
On average, the partnered streamers are going to be streaming
A lot
more than that. Yeah. Like and even unpartnered streamers. Like Nick was streaming like 14 hours when he was playing Danganronpa. And you stream a lot too, Torpin. So, I mean, you're basically streaming your life at that point.
Yeah.
And so transparency is required. You can't just put on a different persona. And that's what we're not talking about
Persona
personas.
3?
Fuck up.
Persona 3? Dude, I really like that game. Let's talk about it.
As soon as the first hour is done, I'm just gonna be like, Danganronpa!
Okay, so streamers who put on a whole different personality, it pisses me off almost, because like you're changing to get more viewers to watch you, and that doesn't work out in the long run, even though it does for some people, and that's why I'm talking about it right now. Like you'll look at he's not a streamer, but Markiplier, I guess, name dropping.
Hey everyone, it's Markiplier here on the CounterCast
You know that's not
podcast.
how he is in real life. I mean, it's entertainment, which is fine for a YouTube video, I guess. But that's a lot of people think he's actually like, oh my god, whoa.
Yeah, like on the street, he like eats a croissant. He's like, whoa, this is really good. Like freaking out.
No, no. People aren't. That's not real.
Yeah, I mean, there's an extent that everyone plays up their like stream self. Like, I mean, no one expects me to sit there and like act like how I do on stream, like my entire life.
It's entertainment. Yeah, it's definitely. But I mean, you're still being yourself. It's just a better version of yourself.
Yeah, basically.
Right.
Like.
Yeah.
So you have a problem with people inherently being someone that they're not on stream.
In an effort to get more viewers directly.
Okay.
In a direct effort to get more viewers.
So they basically change their whole personality just because they want people to like them more.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
And some people, that's a legitimate mental issue, but I'm not talking about those people.
Yeah. I don't necessarily have a problem with that, because I look at because you look at it as a community thing. You're the genuine person, you know, like you want everyone to be genuine and completely honest people. I am I'm that way fundamentally as a person, because like I like being a genuine person. That's what I value in a human being. Like if someone's not genuine with me,
I can't support someone if they're disingenuous. If it seems
you
like
just hate phonies. You just hate phonies, yo.
If you're a poser, I'm gonna be like, he'll click away. Talk to the hand, girlfriend. But yeah.
Well, like I get that, because that makes sense within your mindset. You as a person who values like community streams, like you want someone who's going to be genuine with you. It isn't just being this person that you think is ultra friendly just because they want people to watch their stream. You want someone who actually gives a shit. Like,
I don't care if they're like, oh, like a streamer, for instance. Like you come into their stream and they're saying hi to everybody and making it seem like they're trying to befriend every single person that comes into their stream. That's not what I'm looking for. I'm looking for someone to say what's on their mind.
Yeah, like me. If I think someone's being a cock in chat and I don't like what they're doing, I'll be like, hey, you're being a cock in chat. I don't like what you're doing. Like you want someone like that. And like, yeah, I mean,
exactly.
Like I value that as a person, but I would not inherently like stop watching a stream just because they weren't genuine, just because I view it as an entertainment product. Some people in their normal lives just aren't entertaining. Like I'm a really sarcastic piece of shit, like in my real life and on stream. And so I just play that up on the camera. I do it more than I would in a normal situation.
Exactly, yeah.
Honestly, I don't even do it more than I would in a normal situation, because I stream so much. that like it has bled over in my personal life, and I'm just like overly sarcastic now, and people like, are you not even serious about anything? And I just make another joke, like, and so honestly, for some people, what you see on stream is actually what you get. Like, I don't usually like yell about things. Like, I'm a quiet person in real life, and I usually don't yell on stream. Like, I'm usually more calm. I'll be like, oh, we need to do this, you know, like in a louder voice, but like I do that in real life.
We need to do this. No, I was pretty shy before I started streaming, and then when I started streaming, I fell into the trap of figuring out who I was, but I didn't realize that you could just be yourself when you stream. I'm like, oh, okay. And I kind of forgot my priorities, I guess.
Elaborate
that's
on
my
that.
situation.
Elaborate on that bit. I'm a little confused by what you mean.
I don't know if you've had the same issue, but when you first start streaming, you kind of strive to be someone who's more entertaining, I guess.
No, yeah, that's why I've tried to cut down on yelling, because I used to think like people liked yelling, and then I learned that I don't like that. So I try to cut back on it. I try to be more nuanced in my humor instead of just talking about butts all the time. But I mean, it still happens.
I love that.
I actually try to cut back on swearing too.
Oh, I do that too. I try to.
I try to cut back on swearing because people come into 12-year-old stream and see him swearing and saying like ass tits and stuff. They don't want to watch him.
Yeah, I don't.
I mean, I try. I fail miserably, but I think for the most part, like I know a lot of parents wouldn't agree, but swearing is only really bad if you're directing it at somebody. But if it's just something that comes out, like an adjective or something, I don't really think it's that bad.
It's a word that enhances other words.
The problem, I've had this discussion before. I don't think there's anything. I think like swearing's okay if you use it with the original purpose of, if you use it within the meaning of the word to convey an overly negative feeling. Like, it makes sense, but if you're just saying, like, if you're just, like, 12 years old and you're like, fuck tits, like, you know, because you know bad words, you don't understand the meaning.
Sorry, I'll try better.
You don't understand the meaning of the word. You're just using it because it's like you saw adults use it and you want to be an adult, too. Like, that's basically what it is. But if you understand what the word means and what that meaning behind it is, and you know how to use it, then there's nothing wrong with it because you're an adult. You know, like, you're showing adult qualities inherently when you use a word like that. I mean, I think we all have those days where, like, especially me, I've had those days where I look back like, holy, I just said way too many, like, swear words today. Where you're just like, my vocabulary is limited by how much I swore, so I want to cut back so I can basically be funnier. Like, I don't know. I don't think there's inherently anything, just going back to the point, I just don't feel like there's anything inherently wrong with not being transparent in a stream. I think I as a person, I value it more, but I don't have the inherent, like, objection that you have to it, Sunday, where you're just like, I would turn off this person,
I understand why you would just rather watch somebody if they're entertaining and don't really care if they're being disingenuous or not, but just me personally, I can't watch somebody if I can tell they're being somebody else or being disingenuous or dishonest. It just clicks in my mind. This person isn't for me.
You know what's funny is I started watching when I started watching Jesse Cox, I thought he was the most phony person I've ever watched in my entire life. And then, like, after watching him for like a couple weeks, maybe a month or two, I was just like, this is who he is. He just comes off so phony. Some people just come off so phony to me, but it actually is who they are.
Yeah, just
some people do it as satire too. Like, you look at Filthy Frank, I guess, or Filthy Frank isn't the best example, but iDubbbz or Ethan and Gila.
Yeah, like they do it as like satire, and you can't tell.
It's hilarious.
Yeah. Like.
But humor is subjective.
Yeah, like
except for H3, yeah, that's subjective.
It's objective.
It's an object.
You like it. If you don't like it, you're out of your mind. All right.
Is that all in streaming though?
I don't know. We got like 5 more minutes, so I could say a couple things more about it.
Go for it, Nick. I mean, you know stuff about streaming, Nick.
Like what?
What do you value?
How do you feel?
What do you value? Do you need someone like inherently genuine to keep watching a stream? Do you need them to be transparent with you, updating you on like what they're doing with the stream?
Just need them to make me laugh. I don't care how phony you are. Really? Well, there's a line, of course, but a little bit of phony or cheat. Well, I guess corniness and phoniness isn't really the same thing.
Well,
But
how
I
do
like
you,
I like corny, and as long as you make me laugh a little bit, I love the stream.
how do you
Like
feel like how do you feel when the streamer brings money into it? Because a lot of streamers are
depends how they bring money
disingenuous.
into it.
A lot of streamers are very disingenuous, or like about like what they're talking about when they're money.
I'd rather a streamer or YouTuber talk about their money up front rather than keep it. I mean, it depends. I like the way you handle it, Jordan. You're like, okay, I need. I mean, you don't say it all the time, but you say I need money because I want to do this for a living, and I want to make my dream come true.
Yeah,
right?
I'm never like, hey guys, I want to make this. We need to have this donation goal so that I can go to Tahiti or whatever for the summer. I'm just like, I'm gonna be honest with you. Like I talk to my chat.
Money is a thing people need.
I talk to my chat about every decision I make with the stream because that's just who I am. I want to know if everyone likes what I'm going to do. Like I tell them my problems with whatever thing I bring up. I tell them the pros and cons of everything I'm going to do. I'm like, well, like I did this back when I was a Babby streamer. I mean, I still am, but whatever. It was basically when I was deciding on whether to add a cam or not. Like, I went in there. I told everyone I was playing Persona 4 with no cam, and someone like asked me like, hey, why don't you use the cam? Like, well, I never got it like originally. Like I was like, well, I don't really get it. Like, and there's always that one person who says they actively hate the cam. And I was like, if there's going to be that one person, I won't do it. Because
and I mean that heavily depends on the community. If I streamed without a face cam, it'd be riot.
Yeah, but I mean, like, you started with a face cam. It's not like one day you just turned it off. Like,
Yeah.
one day I didn't have a face cam for like my first 3 months of stream. I didn't have it until after I beat Persona 4.
And you probably wouldn't need a face cam for your stream because it's more dry humor, not slapstick. It's just you talking. Like I could sit there, minimize your window, and just listen to you.
Yeah, I mean, like I've had a couple of slapstick things just because I can now. You know, like I can be more emotive than I was, and it's made me a more emotive person. I talk with my hands in real life now, and people are like, "Why are you pointing at everything and like doing so much things with your hands?" I'm like, "I don't know. I can't stop."
I do that too.
I don't know why, but I like I don't know why, but when I stream, I like bringing my hands up into the camera and doing things with my hands.
I don't know what to do with my hands.
If anyone else likes it, but I just like doing things like with my hands. Like,
I just like being.
My hands are part of the stream, guys.
No, I like being
You
more.
heard it here first. Nick's good with his hands.
I like being more emotive. Like, even when I didn't have a camera, like I would sit there and like do hand motions and be like, "Why am I doing this? No one can see me." Like. Because I just like getting, especially in regards to voice acting. If the more emotive you get, the more in character you get. So you'll see me like I was playing Danganronpa. I'll be doing the major like hand things, and it gets me pumped up. Like you get the basically the army the army general guy. And I'm like pointing at the camera and like doing the motions and stuff because it gets you pumped up to getting that and more energy basically into the performance. I like it. Bones.
Yeah, I'll play like a high hyped up game or something, and I'll start just talking about it with nobody near me.
Yeah,
I don't
and
I don't even realize I'm doing that. Nick, stop.
Stop. There's just nothing. There's like, you just get more into it. But I'm sorry, I got really sidetracked. So basically, getting back into the transparency thing, I've always been really transparent. When I brought up the idea of like. Face cam, I was like, if there's the one person who hates it, I won't do it because I get what it's like, and if someone actively hates something, don't want to do that. I was like, I'm inherently out because when I was smaller, so I was like,
okay.
Well, I mean, I had more viewers than whatever, but
yeah, whatever.
I was like, I told everyone like I'm not inherently against it. I just thought people didn't like it. Like, I was actually dumbfounded. Like, I thought people actually didn't like face cams. I thought people took because I used to think like it could take away because I used to watch people where it would actually take away from their stream because it was so big and distracting. And so like, well, I'll just put like if everyone really wants it, I'll put like a little thing in the corner you can watch, but it will never be the main focus of the stream. This stream is about gameplay, and my humor, and that's what it will always be about. And so, but then I held a I
and
put
then
a
everything
straw poll.
changed.
Yeah, basically. Now I'm a cam girl.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you showed your nipples that one time.
It was an accident. Shut up. There was a straw
poll. Look at the VOD like 2 days ago.
There was so I held a straw poll and I was like, "Is this okay?" And I said, if one person says they hate it, I won't do it." And no one said they hated it, so I did it. And then I was the same way with donations. I was like, look, I don't want people to
Yeah,
think
with Game Wisp, I remember that.
it was with Game Wisp and with donations originally. I had the same problem with both. Like, I don't want people to inherently think I'm doing this only for money. But
Yeah.
like I was open with them. Like, I need money. Like I'm sorry.
Sure, okay.
I need money to exist. I can't do this. I cannot dedicate 8 hours of my time into something every day and make no money for it, like ever.
Right. Jordan brought this up to me yesterday, and I thought it was a pretty good topic to talk about. Should streamers at any point feel bad for receiving the money they do in donations?
Should
I
they
don't
or
think
do
so
they?
at all. Should they? I mean,
I
you're
don't think they
providing
should.
entertainment.
I don't think they should, but some people do. And
Yeah.
I'm a prime candidate of that. Like, if I was making like $300 a month right now, I'd feel terrible. Like, because that would mean that someone is like paying me like someone or a couple people are paying me like a lot of money every month, and I would feel terrible about that because I
Yeah,
feel like
I
I'm
only
not
feel
giving
bad if I
them
can't
enough.
stream.
Well, yeah.
Like when my internet was out and I saw like the subscriber updates and anniversaries, I felt terrible because I couldn't stream. Because you are providing a service. It's entertainment,
Yeah.
basically.
And that's okay. Like, if you're not, if someone gave you
donation,
money
people
for a
choose to.
product, and you didn't give them the product back, then it's understandable. Like, they don't, like,
Yeah.
you'd feel bad. A normal person would probably feel bad. I don't know how it works with everyone. But
Everyone, it's crazy.
yeah, let me tell you a secret, kids. To be a streamer on Twitch, to be a successful streamer on Twitch, you need to be like a sociopath. Like, you have to be.
Yeah.
You have to
Be
be
a
arrogant.
narcissist.
You
Yeah.
have to be
Or
arrogant and
does or does
narcissist.
not have a life at all.
No, like, it doesn't matter how much. It's not about how much time you put into it. You have to be a narcissist. You have to be. You have to be arrogant and narcissist because you need to be able to think that you're the shit and you can show that to everyone.
I mean, with how broad entertainment is now, you can really get away with anything.
Yeah.
And have a chance to become popular.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of it. Some of it's
have you
luck,
seen
too.
that guy on YouTube that touches different objects with a baguette for like a 6-second video? He has like
What?
100,000 subs.
The fuck are you talking about?
I'll link it.
I mean, I don't know inside the heads of other streamers, so I don't really know.
We'll just talk
how
about your perspective then.
Mine is
Yeah,
not
that's
at
what
all.
we're doing, Nick.
I don't even have like a donate button. Like, I don't want money. I don't want anything. I don't.
You have
care.
a job,
Well, like if
Yeah, I have a
someone
job, I don't care
if-
if my channel.
and that I can understand that.
if
Definitely.
someone was making you feel like if someone was like giving you money, just imagine you did, and someone was giving you money, would you feel bad about it? Like, say that
No,
someone
not at all.
if a couple people give you like $5 or $10 obviously every once in a while, you wouldn't feel
It
bad, right? But what if
depends.
someone was giving you like hundreds of dollars and you know it's to the detriment of like their own life? Because that's the
Well,
problem I
then
have is like if someone gives me a large sum of money, like I have to wrestle with the fact like, oh god, like they could be making a mistake here. Like, but
Honestly, I don't have a donate button because I don't really need the donations. It's just more of a hobby of mine right now. And if it was a hobby that took off, that'd be fantastic. But where was I going with that? Yeah, if people are giving you like $100 donations and they shouldn't be, that's on them, not you.
yeah, and it,
Like, there's nothing you can do about that.
I think
That's just them being bad with their money,
Yeah,
and you shouldn't feel. You honestly, if they're, yeah, I guess you're just like, why are you being stupid with your money? Feel bad, but you're not going to be like, oh, take your money back because, like, it's their
well,
choice.
No, yeah, I that was a problem I used to have is like as I'd get large donations sometimes I'd be like, holy shit, like I feel like I should give this back, but then I realized like, well, this is, I mean, it's their choice. They obviously put more value into this than I do apparently, but it's their choice, and it's something you have to like learn with basically, like not learn with, like deal with. You basically have to get accustomed. It's something that I feel like I got big I'd struggle with is like taking large sums of money. God damn it. Like if I started taking large sums of money from people, I feel like I'd have to start feeling bad about it. But I'd feel bad about it. You have to realize it's their money. They're adults, hopefully, because they have to be to like do that, and that they need that it's their decision, and it's not your job to babysit everyone. And I mean, I feel like that's a good note to end the discussion on. We went a little over. Anyone have anything else they want to say before I open it up for questions?
What do you get the final word, Jordan?
I mean,
kidding.
I just
I'm
opened it
kidding.
up so anyone else could have the final word.
He did Sunday. He's like, do any of you guys have anything to say? And you're just like, why do you have to get the final word?
Bones,
I'm
you're
just
no, we
saving
can't
my
hear
things.
you. You muted yourself. Bones,
I think I can unmute him. Hold on.
he's just sitting there talking to himself.
I only make a huge deal about donations. I mean, not liking it when people just waste too much time, like being like, oh, like there's nothing wrong with like having an awesome GIF and maybe a cool screen, but like those people who just like end their gameplay, go to another window,
yeah.
and then they talk about it for like 10 minutes. I'm like, come on, like
Yeah,
that's just too much.
that feels like it's fishing. Like it's fishing hard for money. That feels disingenuous in itself.
Exactly. Yeah, I hate that. You
And
can understand why I hate that.
also, maybe the person doesn't want this much attention. Maybe they just like you and they want to support you, and all they really want is a thank you. Like that's all I really want. I just want like a thank. Like when you give money to somebody, of course it's nice if they thank you. Like, come on, you're not everybody's human.
I mean, like that's just their like stream preferences. Some people like those streams because they like hearing like this person like cry. They want to see their emotional reaction or whatever. But like like people like you and me, we're just like, yeah. I mean, like I tell everyone like, I'm not gonna do much more than say thanks because I'm not gonna stop the game. Like I told you like this is about the gameplay. If you want to give me money so I can continue to do this, you like my comedy or whatever, then please do because I need it. But, like, I'm never going to sit here and be like, oh, guys, hey, I need some money today. I'll make some good donation efforts. You want to see my goal? Like,
I see so many donation goals just up right at the top of the main overlay on the stream that says, like, pay my phone bill.
God,
I hope they're
hate
satirical.
that. I really hope they are, too. Half the time they aren't, though.
I don't... and they get donations, too.
Bills are our problems, okay? Bills should not come in the equation. That is our I mean, if you there's a difference between like pay my bill and be like I'm having like financial difficulties this month, you know.
Pay my bill. My phone bill is $147.99. So you have like a donation thing.
Exactly. Like people have that. Yeah.
You're like, we still need that 20 cents, guys. Let's go.
Like there are
Let's go.
There are streamers who do that.
I don't want to talk about that.
Screen.
There are streamers who do that.
I hate when people talk shit about pro gamers.
Okay.
I want to have another cast about that too. Honestly.
By the way, we're in the question territory. We'll probably keep ranting about this for a while. If you have any questions related to anything, please ask them in the chat. We'll get to them. I don't think anyone asked anything previously.
Funny questions too. I like funny questions.
Oh God, you
We
just
should do
opened
a
up.
whole
You just
stream.
opened up the can of worms.
We should do a whole
Can of
stream
worms
of
that
would
I'm
you
making.
rathers, and then we talk about the would you rathers.
Oh God, that could be either
That'd
be the
be
best
fun.
thing or the worst
Snap.
thing. Guys, can you please stop Snapchatting? You're ruining the professional integrity of my podcast.
Guys, I'm Ash
sorry,
Ketchup.
Jesus
Who do you make me Ash Ketchup?
Okay, let's talk
Gotta
about.
catch 'em
Let's,
up.
Okay, I'm done. I'm done.
I wanna be the very best. Intermission, like no one ever was. To catch them was
We're gonna
my
take a quick
real
break.
test. Train was my cause. Like every time we have a bathroom break, you guys just go to the bathroom and I just sing a full song.
Would I rather eat a can of worms? Yes, or yes. Sure.
Would you rather eat a can of worms?
Got it. Yes.
A can. I'd eat the can, not the worms.
Would you or sleep with them in your bed for? I'll eat them. Do the
I said,
protein, whatever.
Or sleep with them in your bed for a week.
Worms are protein. Good for you.
An entire can of worms? Like, is this like a can of tomato soup or like a can of tuna?
That's a good
Ivy,
question.
how long would they be? How long would the video be?
Watch porn with your parents or starring your parents.
I mean, I watched Black Swan with my grandma
with
and my mom,
parents.
so like
I would
I'm good.
so rather watch
Already-
porn with my parents.
Like I watched Black Swan with my mom, and my grandma, and that has a scene where they have like sex for like 5 minutes. So I basically already did that. I'm cool.
Yeah, that was always so awkward. I think I'd rather watch it starring my parents.
It's really weird when your grandma's like,
My
"Oh yeah,
parents
get
are
it,"
divorced,
and
so
then I'm
it's
just like
always
sitting
tough.
there like, oh, "Grandma, you need to. You're a 70. You need to sit down."
Oh yeah, get it. Oh yeah, that's
That's basically what happened. I was like, "Oh, please." Snips asks, "Jorp, would you rather be in this podcast right now or never get on the internet again?" Yes. That's my answer.
I agree. Sunday and me are doing a U-Haul of the CounterCast. It's now called
Sunday
the
cast?
Would You Rather Cast.
Would you rather cast the Sunday and Friend cast?
It's now we're taking over, and it's called I'm Only Gay in the Bone Zone.
I don't know why that's funny.
Done.
Oh, okay. So I want to make that Twitch account and follow for confirmation. So PM me the
And
password.
if Jorp wants to come back in, I guess we can make a spoon somehow involved.
See,
I don't-
this is genuine right here. This is how we talk outside of the stream.
No, this is like we don't.
This
See,
is hanging out
the
with
entire
us.
rest of the podcast and the other ones before this haven't been genuine. They're just bullshit that we come up with.
But I mean, they're not. Like, I'm a little more
I like
formal.
questions. I know, me too.
I'm a little more formal, and like I try to. I'm a host. I try to push it along. But like I still like sit there and make like the same jokes that I would if I wasn't, being a host or whatever. I'm not like.
I tried to be more professional on this account.
I'm not like, today class, we are going to be covering this subject. Are you trying to be funny? This is not allowed. Be a professional podcast. Like, dude, what the fuck? Like, that's not me. Fuck that, dude. All right, we're gonna sit here. We're gonna talk shit. All right, that's who I am. All right, you want Sunday piece of shit bones? Hey, you're cool, I guess.
What?
That's what I got.
How dare you?
Favoritism.
How dare you call me cool? I'm striving to be the lamest person online.
Hey, this bones.
This is like
You're
easy
real
yes
cool.
or no question, but how about I guess it's not really that easy, but favoritism in streaming, like when a streamer mods their friends, I guess a smaller streamer, because I can understand a bigger streamer modding their friends because it doesn't really matter. But how about a smaller streamer like modding their friends and talking to their friends more on the stream rather than new people that come in?
I think it really depends on how the new people act, because like there are people where you can tell, like when I go on my stream, like there are people I'll talk to way more than other people because like the other people are annoying the shit out of me.
It was hard for me to first get into your stream because there were inside jokes that I didn't understand. And I didn't know I was Tuesday.
I try to make that's like my only inside joke anymore. Like that's why I don't have a bunch of commands, or else people would just like circle jerk.
It's just your humor
the
that's
inside
so
joke,
like yeah, I don't know.
Like I try to make it based in the
Nick has a
game.
dry bone.
Oh.
It's dry bones.
Hey, hey Bonesbrook, are you pretty dry over there?
Dry bones, bro.
Madeline sent me like 6 Snapchats in the past 10 seconds. Another one.
Another one.
I've already
Another
posted
one.
like a million of them to Twitter. Okay,
Another
plugged.
one. Another one.
I'll
I'm just gonna meme now.
Another one.
another one.
But no, I get what you're saying. Like, if a newer person comes into a stream and like they're just completely outright ignored and they're just like, "Hey, what's up?" Like, that's not cool.
I agree. That makes me really sad when new people. But I also like. I really like new people, but there's always like an 80% chance they're insane and they're just gonna start trolling you.
I mean, yeah, but that's just the nature of Twitch. Like, a lot of my original viewers really troll. Like Rob, he's really cool. Like, I love Rob. He's a cool guy. He started out my stream by posting a picture of Goofy with like a swinging helicopter penis, and I rolled with it.
Class.
Yeah, and now he's like the
I have
coolest
so
guy
many
ever.
pictures.
And I love like hanging out with him, talking to him. Like
Oh my
you can't just inherently like there's a difference between like innocent trolling like that where like he's not trying to start a problem.
Yeah.
Like you can tell,
Just-
and
just
then this
having
guy was like,
innocent.
"Everyone here is a piece of shit, and you all should die." Like that, there's a major difference.
Inward. Yeah, I have a friend who a friend I guess, yeah. Viewers are not friends. No, I had a viewer that was one of the first people that came into my stream, and he'd always Photoshop my face, and he took a picture of my face and turned my eyes into penises, and then turned those penises into more penises.
Is this
And then he
Straylock?
sent it to me in the main chat.
Is this
I'm like,
Straylock? I
And,
want to know.
and before that, I'd always click on links in the chat without thinking about it. So it was an imager link, so I'm like, okay, this is safe. So I clicked on it, and it showed up on the stream.
Oh yeah, that's
Ah!
yeah, that's not. You can't do that.
But it was funny. It's best.
Like, and like, yeah,
many
like
penises.
if you go through like some streamers can't deal with trolls at all. Like if someone's sitting there like not even being serious, like I can't believe you've done this. You know, like basically,
Shut up.
like there's some streamers like that. But like me, like I don't give a shit. Like I tell people like you can talk all the shit you want about me. Like I don't care. I'll probably agree with you. Like someone's like, man, you suck at this game. Like yeah, you're right. Like you know,
It's true.
Yeah.
That
What
never,
about those trolls
how
that
bad I
spoil
am at
games
the
and
game never
movies?
gets under my skin.
well, I ban
I
those
hate
people
that.
instantly because that's not innocent trolling. That's trying to ruin something for someone.
How about
Yeah.
the people that have been dedicated for a while to your stream, and then decide to be a non-innocent troll?
Fuck
That
ban
hasn't
them.
That always
happened to me
pains
yet.
me.
I
that
mean,
hasn't happened to me.
it hurts because they're
happened,
like,
like, once or
they're
twice
like
to me.
dedicated. Like it
I
always
never understand.
it always sucks
They're just
when someone
dumb
like
if they're
starts out.
tired, I guess.
Well, it always sucks when someone starts out being really cool and like they like have like a weird slow descent into madness where all of a sudden like they're just like talking like they're just like saying like Donald Trump's the savior of America like all of a sudden like out of nowhere and that's all they talk about and you're like dude what the hell happened to you like they're that's always hard to deal with because like this person was cool and they descended into a pit of madness which they never will return to from. Like it's because it's like losing a friend. You're like, who is this new person behind this account that like is talking about how much they love like Arabian penises or whatever?
Or apple penises.
Yeah,
Apple penis.
yeah, stuff like that. Like it's.
I want you to touch your penis.
Put you in the end of Fallout 4. I mean, that's not a big loss.
Yeah, trust me, it's not. Oh boy, it's not a big loss at all.
I wonder how much Jorp would cry if Ivy actually like madly turned into Descent and then just became a horrible chat person. Jorp would just end his life.
I love Ivy.
I know.
No, yeah, like if basically like and like a lot of any of my viewers that happen to like I would be depressed as shit. Like if like you know just since Ivy's here, we'll pull him out and use him as an example. Of, like
Exactly.
I need everybody in the chat to raise their right hand and tell us that you're going to be dedicated to the stream forever.
Just you're just gonna have to assume that I'm doing it since you can't see me. Hi, I psyched you to my left hand. Gotcha. it wasn't. I lied.
You got me.
Not only now I'm disingenuine and a liar. Ah.
Please raise your right hand and repeat the following words. I will never leave you alone and sad. It just gets real depressing.
I'll never leave you with 0 viewers.
But,
It's
but
zero.
basically back to the point, like if like Ivy, you know, Ivy's really cool, and he makes like the dankest memes, dude. Let me tell you what.
I know he always gets these references that I never
Yeah.
understand, but then I want to understand them. because it's
And but
Ivy.
like if all of a sudden like he's just like I think all of you should die, like every day, like I think all of you should die. You are human trash. I can't wait to see the heat death of the universe. Hitler was an okay guy. Like if Ivy started like doing shit like that, I'd be like, all right, like I'm genuinely depressed because it's like losing one of your friends, you know.
Absolutely.
So like it's like what. I don't want to say that because it's gonna make me sad. But
What?
no, it's personal. I don't want to talk about it.
Not blood.
It's a personal thing. I don't want to talk about it. Don't worry about it. It's just
Okay.
something that reminds me of my
No,
personal
but-
life, and it's really depressing, and I don't want to bring it up. Because
I absolutely feel like people who are there long enough become your friends, and there's nothing
Yeah.
wrong with that. Like, why would there
And-
be anything wrong with that?
Usually on the internet, people are more open to express themselves for who they actually are, in my opinion.
Yeah, which is great.
It's easier because you're behind a persona.
I feel like for me personally, it's it's no matter how like upbeat I am and like trying to be entertaining, like I realized after like 6 hours, I just turn into real me. I can't keep up like any kind of
I know,
not
right?
me. And it's just like me, just like playing a game like.
I mean,
that shitty like.
I don't like stop talking, but I chill out more towards the end.
No,
of
no,
my
no,
stream.
exactly. I just, you you kind of get tired.
No,
and-
yeah, like
Yeah,
watch
I start talking to the chat more, definitely.
watch me go watch the end of my like 14-hour stream. Like I'm literally just saying memes in like the quietest voice possible. I'm just like saying, "Oh fuck, I can't believe you've done this for like 2 hours."
It turned into ASMR.
Yeah.
That
Like,
was the
that's-
stupidest.
That's like all it was. Like of course that's gonna happen, you know?
No, I mean, yeah, of course, on like a 12, 14-hour stream.
But like,
But-
I mean, that happens in any stream, you know? Like,
I mean,
The
I have
longer
that problem,
it
but I've been streaming for like 3 and 4 hours this past week.
well, you're out of touch, kid. You're not used to it. All right.
I know.
It,
Tell me.
it's like it's like me when I got into Danganronpa. I played it for 7 hours, like the first day, and like voice is like, like at the end, like I'm like, my name's
Yeah.
Monokuma, help.
Earthbound has a lot of voices too. Let me tell you.
Yeah, it does.
That's just, again, just because I'm first getting into it again. Getting back into it.
Yeah, voice acting's especially. If you do a voice acting stream, I don't want to call them that because
I did it for 14 hours straight, and I was okay.
It's an impression
Well,
stream.
like,
It's voice acting.
I was okay.
I mean,
It's fun to come up with your own voices.
You got your second
So
win.
much fun.
Well, I didn't watch, so I don't know what kind of voices you did. I don't know how strenuous you were.
Right.
Because like,
the only strenuous voice was the biker guy because he was like the badass, so he got like the badass deep throat one that was really hurt after like 10 seconds.
Hey there, little Jimmy. Come
Like,
sit on Grandma's lap.
I try to do voices that are like if they're either
seriously.
accurate to the character or and that can like depending on who it is, it could hurt. Like Monokuma, like hey, and it's like that.
No,
that's not my voice.
That's
and
your
it hurts.
Monokuma. My Monokuma was Mickey Mouse.
Oh
yeah, I remember that.
We should literally compare. Like,
well, mine's just
what's your Chihiro?
I don't remember. My girl voices. I just like went really subtle with them because
Mine
like
was like a really sad, depressing one where she didn't really know what to say.
yeah, mine was just
Hey
kind of
there, guys. How's it going?
mine was just kind of like
It's Mickey Mouse.
yeah.
You guys, why are you guys killing each other?
Yeah,
this is really
my
bad.
Monokuma, I went with as close as possible to like what Monokuma actually sounds like, and apparently I did a good job because people really liked it. I have to like listen.
People
I
like
loved your
my.
voices
I forget.
Sorry.
I liked my two favorites was Hero because he got like the surfer dude. He got like the whoa, what's up, guys? And he's like, but he's totally like an airhead, so it fit him really well.
Yeah.
And then the other one I liked was my nerd guy because he's just like this is actually what his voice act.
Yeah. He's
this is
actually
what his
like the
voice
Tata
actually
collection.
sounds
He
like.
actually sounds like this, you know.
That would have been. That would be. So
I admired
good someday.
Tanner earlier, and I had to do a nerd voice for Earthbound, and it was the best thing because I had a lisp, and I couldn't
That's
prevent it.
amazing. No, that's great. But his voice was actually pretty much like this.
Yeah.
He just.
I am
like,
the ultimate. I am the ultimate fanfic writer.
Yeah, I was telling to Jorb, like
God, that guy could
I-
fucking die. Like, that's
I
all I'm
was
gonna
trying
say.
to do a French for Celeste because your character like does kind
She's
of have a French,
Spanish.
but it kept no she's not, but it kept slipping into German, and I'm like, what the heck is wrong with me? And then like I find out that her mom's French and her dad's German, and I'm like, I'm the best voice actor of all time
On accident.
on accident. And what else?
No,
oh yeah,
that's a
What-
fun game to do
ooh,
voices on.
Here's a good. I mean I think this Danganronpa was so much fun to do voice acts because there's only like 16 characters.
Yeah.
So you only got to worry about
Yeah.
16 voices, and they start leaving.
You don't have
they
to
start
recycle.
dying off. So yeah, and it's great. The hardest voice for me to figure out was the swimmer girl. I forget her name.
I can't do her either. Oi.
Hey there, boys.
I
how's
I
it
gave
going?
I gave her a southern. She was like, "Ah, shucks, guys. I don't think
That's
I
like the
really wanna
exact
do
opposite
this."
of what
You
she
can do
actually
a
sounds
southern
like too.
accent better than I can.
I know because she just sounds like a normal girl. I gave
They all sound like normal
the
girls.
fashion-
That's the
I
problem.
gave the fashion. No, well, yeah, but I gave the fashionista chick my. Oh, seriously, guys? Like, what
Yeah,
do I
same.
do with that? Like, what the fuck? And then like, that didn't. No spoilers. I want to talk about it.
I mean, like, I guess there's just like two differences. Like, I tried to basically make myself as close to the character, like they actually sound, as possible. Like, I tried to do like the main character, but it's hard because he's got like a nasally voice, but it's like higher pitched than mine, but not. It just depends. Like, people can go whatever direction they want. Like, some games are all voice act. Like, I'll go to the complete opposite of what the character actually sounds like, just because it's funny. Like, you
Yeah.
get the buff cuff guys like, hey there guys, what's up? Like, he's got like the soft spoken like lisp. And it's just like, this doesn't match this guy at all. And it's great because of that.
Seriously.
Yeah.
I,
My mom in Earthbound right now is 40 years into smoking. So that's
Hey guys, how's it going?
Hey, Drew, come back and get your memes and go up to bed.
Don't forget to call your father.
I remember
Takes the dog out for a walk.
I remember listening to your parents' voice, and I was like, wait, don't you have them like switched? Like, you're making like a mom voice for your dad and a dad voice for your mom. I was like listening, like, wait a minute, like something's wrong here.
Okay. My dad left my mom for another man, and that's what happened.
Okay, that makes sense.
Don't delve too deep into it.
The
Alright.
only person I couldn't give a voice for was the purple-haired chick. I forget her name.
Kyoko.
Kyoko, I couldn't. She's such a monotone character that how do you give a voice to
Well,
her?
it's like I just gave her like my voice, but like more girly. It was like, okay, we're
Exactly,
going to be like
that's
this.
what I did. But honestly, people can't really tell when on the stream. You hear it so much better in your head, and then you watch it back and you don't really tell the difference.
I mean, people pick up on it. You just might not realize yourself.
Yeah.
Maybe.
People pick up on little things that you'll never realize. That's how people work.
Yeah, well, I mean, there's not much you can do if you're putting on a performance. You do the best thing you think you can do, and then people like it or they hate
It's
it.
so much fun. I honestly want to play so many more games that only have like 15 characters, so I can just do more voices. Because I had so much fun doing the voices. That was like 30% of the fun for that game for me.
Bones, why don't you just use
14
your
hours of
normal
voices
voice?
later.
Just use your normal voice. Wow, don't make funny voices, dude.
Yeah.
Come on, this is my stream.
So stop being just.
I literally like went into Discord afterwards and I was like, guys, honest opinion, do my voices suck and should I stop? And my friends were. I said, be honest, 100%. They're like, no, keep doing them. They're fun. And I was like, yes.
No, I mean like whenever
It's
I
all
do
lies.
it, I tell people like I'm really self-conscious
Probably
about
lies.
I'm really self-conscious about my voice. Like if someone thinks I'm annoying, I want them to tell me. Like if they think it's actually like a bad
Yeah, like,
voice
I mean-
or I'm not doing well, like tell me
Your
and I'll
voice
try
is
and
really
change it.
good.
Look,
I hate that one guy. I wanted to ban that one guy that came into your stream. I was like, I hate your voices. Why are you doing this?
Oh, was
I
that
wanna
for
die.
was that? Are you talking-
there's two separate. It
Paper
happened
Mario.
two separate times.
Paper Mario when you
Because
did
your
Toad.
voices for Paper Mario were so good.
I
hated that one
thought
guy that
that
came
was
in.
that was like probably my best work was the Paper Mario voices. That and Dangan, and basically
Yeah.
because I can Paper Mario because like my original voice
There
I'm
were so
paying
many
up
different
with.
characters.
Yeah, like they were all really good. All the original voices I did, and like my Mario was pretty spot on. I thought at least.
Oh, hello.
Yeah,
It's Mario.
and then like I like them for two different reasons because like I came up with a million different original character voices for Mario and it did really well. And then like for Dangan, like I did my imitations pretty well for all of them. Like obviously the girls, I'm not like like I'm not doing the best job. I'm getting their mannerisms down, where like I can act like them, but I can't do their exact voice. But like with the male characters, I'm doing them pretty well. I think like I'm doing Monokuma pretty well because I sound like people tell me I do pretty well, and I bear up the example of Toad voice. I go hello, like I do that. That's one of my best voice.
I have a question
So,
for both of you.
Toad
Okay.
voice entire 2-hour podcast where we put
It
pictures
will
of
kill
Toad.
me, like actually kill me, but I'll do it.
CounterCast.
Nicholas
My
is
name's
too.
Jordan!
How
I'm
fast
leaving.
can you
Bye.
kill yourself?
Let me tell you, it'll only take 30 minutes!
Stop. Question. Do you guys figure out the voices you kind of maybe want to use before you start your stream, or do you figure out as you
No.
go?
No, I figure out as I go along.
Okay, yeah.
I figure, yeah, there's a
And I had
lot of
issues.
characters that went through like 4 voices until I found one that I was like, yeah, this is that character's voice.
Yeah, like, it depends. Like, if the game has voices laid out, I'll try to do as close to that character as I possibly can. Or if I can't, just, like, copy their mannerisms in, like, a dumb voice. But, like, if it's a game where I don't ever hear their voice, I come up with, like, I look at their face, and I'm like, this is what they sound like. And then I just go with from there. Like, they're,
Yeah,
like,
it's
that-
easy for some characters.
I did
but
that,
there's,
like, I did it, like, a lot with, like, a Persona 3. Oh, you thought I couldn't bring Persona into this podcast, but I can!
Oh, I knew you would.
you've
I was
already done
counting
it
on
like 3 times.
I placed money on it.
I
Josh owes me like $13.
You're welcome. So like I'd look at the main character and he looks like depressed as shit. So you're just like, hey man, like I'm here, Or you look at like you look at like all the other side characters who don't have voices and like you can tell, like you look at their face, like I think someone would sound like this. And people are usually like pretty like, yeah, that's exactly what they would sound like. Or like they'd sound similar to that. Or it's like, okay, this is goofy as shit. They would sound nothing like this. I get it. Like
Mhm.
It's one of those like couple of things. There's usually I mean everyone's like kind of wrong about something. There's always interpretation. But it just like depends.
Sunday, what are you listening to?
I'm scared.
I think I heard Good Girl. What? Is that my mouth moving? Is my mouth moving while Josh
Okay, we're done.
sang?
We're done.
Oh my god, how's Sarah never made... How do I not make those? I would so do, like, Sunday, just Sunday space, and then it's just like... And I will always love
Don't.
you.
Stop.
So good. Oh, that leg! Show us that leg! Everybody, leg shots! Let's go!
Okay.
Let's go!
All right.
I want to see those. Oh, these pants! They don't come up high enough. Ugh, sexy leg.
No leg hair, Nick. What the hell?
Oh,
No, I do. You just can't see it.
I can't actually stretch my leg out that much. It
It's
hurts.
there. It's. Ugh!
It's
Holy
there.
shit.
Okay,
Oh,
I got a mustache.
I told you I was a very hairless man.
I'm
I have like no
very
facial
hairy.
hair, no chest hair, no
Yeah,
back
yeah.
hair.
We were talking about the amount of hair we have on our bodies.
Yeah, we
before
were.
the stream started.
You know,
We
when
all-
we
we all have,
prep
like,
for the
that-
pod.
We all have that like singularly
Things-
like way too long hair somewhere in our body that like grows faster than anything else.
Oh yeah, we were.
Mine's right here.
Both of me and Sundays are right here.
Yeah,
One
exactly.
hair
I don't know
that
how
grows-
me and Nick are like the same.
Mine's like
one
directly
hair
in the
that grows
middle of my
extremely
chest.
Fast, extremely long.
Yeah,
Nick's probably my dad, honestly.
mine's like in the middle of my chest, like it grows
I
way.
could be.
I have like barely any hair on my chest, right? And there's just like a singular hair that grows like really long and curly, like in the middle, and it's
Drew,
hilarious.
is that you? My boy.
my boy? Come here, boy! Embrace
I'm a
me.
woman now, Dad.
No hat. Oh, never mind.
I didn't raise no daughter.
I didn't.
You didn't even raise me at all, Dad. I
Hey,
live with the real
I'm taking
family
the
now.
credit for how handsome you've become.
What is happening? It's a great question. Great question. What is happening to this podcast? What?
Remember
Next
this
topic.
was a
Why
podcast.
was CounterCast better last month than this month?
Well, before we started the podcast, we were talking about the amount of hair on our bodies, so that's probably one reason.
We
That's a
get
good
really intimate when we prep for the podcast.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
true.
We talk about how we shave down there into funny shapes.
Okay, maybe Bones did, but I didn't.
I think you just
Mine's
thought
always a skull and crossbones.
it. Mine's a rainbow. I dyed different colors.
Oh my god, that is.
Okay, let's talk about
You
something
give-
else.
You give the ladies a show.
Or the boys.
Oh.
Ladies.
Underneath the rainbow is a pot of gold.
Jeez. God damn it. Hey guys, we're a professional podcast. Sponsor us. Audible.com.
Discord.
Audible.
Still available. Audible.com. Check out this cool book.
Use
called
our promo code way too long hair in the middle of our body to get 20% off
Pay $30 and Nick will pluck said long hair
on stream right now.
on stream.
This is too funny. It's just.
Okay.
See, this is us hanging out, and not really, and being off topic.
Well, I mean, we don't really have much news that we want to talk about this week. Like, there's
Other than like we just played
me and
Danganronpa.
Bones were just kind of like played Danganronpa for like 30
The culling
minutes.
came out.
The culling,
Culling came
No,
out.
you
that was
talked
last
about
week.
Danganronpa last
Yeah,
week.
but it hadn't come out, did it?
No, it came. The culling came out last week.
No, okay.
Yeah, and then
Whatever.
we could talk
Culling's
about the
fun.
Division.
They're updating it.
Talk about the Division. Division came out. I can't stream it. It's so it's not very well optimized. It kills my computer. It's
It's
good.
not optimized for AMD cards.
I could almost
Not-
talk
not
more
the
about
best in my
Stardew
computer.
Valley because Stardew Valley is still getting even better.
Are
I'm
they
I'm
updating
now
Stardew?
into. Huh?
Are they adding new stuff to Stardew? 'Cause
No,
I
I'm
didn't
just
check
No,
that.
they
I'm
are.
just
Okay.
getting.
They're adding
Oh, are they?
multiplayer. Yeah, he's adding
Oh,
multiplayer.
Sunday, you and me are doing a multi-stream and we're
Dude,
playing
what
the
the-
shit out of
what the
Stardew.
fuck?
Do you
dude.
have? Do you have?
Do you
to
have it, George?
Buy the multiplayer
Oh,
Stardew
I've never
like
seen
with
you
Don't
stream
Starve?
it.
I don't know. He just said he wants
It-
to add multiplayer.
How would you How would you do multiplayer?
That's
You'd have to
actually
just like
insane.
go to some. You'd have to just
It's
go to
it's gonna be
somebody else's
local.
farm. Well, it'd be like Animal Crossing style, right? Where you just go to someone else's village. So you
honestly,
can't really work
I
on
might
your
be
own.
talking out of my ass because I don't know if I heard it from the developer or not.
I'm looking it up right now.
But like, I'm pretty sure it is.
Because I heard that too, so I'm looking it up.
Yeah, like I'd be interested in playing that game multiplayer because I just want to see how the
Yeah,
hell
hell
it
yeah.
would work.
I want some Would You Rather's.
The chat's gonna ask questions. We can't force
Chat, do it.
Bones. I need
Apparently,
you to calm down.
multiplayer is already out according to the last update.
What?
What? What?
Opening Stardew Valley right now.
No, this isn't the last update. This is older, but this says multiplayer's been updated.
Oh, my
Maybe
Steam's not open.
maybe
What am I
it's
doing?
maybe
And this was
I
in
regret
December.
no, that's not correct. It doesn't have multiplayer.
Okay, I'm playing Stardew Valley. I'll talk to you guys later.
All right, bye, man. It's good
Bye.
knowing you.
Later. Have fun in the last little bit.
There we go. Just
I'm
25
seeing if
minutes.
there's no kind of no.
Okay.
I quit it. There's no multiplayer or
Alright.
anything.
That's
I
what I
looked up
figured.
Stardew Valley multiplayer, and there's a lot of different stuff about it.
I
I see dev updates.
I swear I heard an update from the developer about it, but I might be wrong, so I don't want to like say for sure. Now that I think about it.
Reddit's down right now, so I can't look on there. Anyway.
MC Straylock asks, how do you guys see the future of hashtag countersnaps? Add me on Snapchat. Well, I don't... You guys talk. I have to find out what my Snapchat name is.
It's probably your horrible old name that I like
No,
to make fun of you
it's
for.
not. It's newer.
To PewDiePie or whatever.
No, Tobiscus.
PewDiePie. Tobiscus.
No, it's not that.
Tobiscus.
It's from... I don't... It might have my real
Like,
name.
what a
on it.
nerd, even though Tobiscus
Dorothy?
was one of the first people I followed.
It might
as
have
well.
my... Oh, no. I don't know if it has my real name on it, so I don't know if I want to, like, give it out, actually.
I'd like to verbally apologize for all the lag. It's on Twitch's end.
Yeah.
But
I
it's
think
been like a really
honestly
fun-
we should
really
have
fun
hung up
podcast,
we should
but-
have hung up the Skype call and let me host it. Because
It's Twitch's
Jordan's doing
fault.
both right now.
No, it's
Are you
it's
sure?
on Twitch.
Dude,
Yeah, I looked
have
at the Twitch
I have
status.
fiber optic internet. I get like 120 up and like 60 down, dude. I'm good. All right.
I looked at Twitch status. The servers are going down right now as we speak.
Hmm.
So
Okay,
I'm
hey,
sorry. This is a really fun podcast for me, and I think everybody else too. And it sucks that Twitch is having issues.
It's whatever. Though we
Yeah,
can,
as long as
hey,
Dom's not late.
hey everyone, make sure you watch the VOD over on YouTube. We made a YouTube channel where you
The
can
VOD's
see
not
all.
gonna lag.
You
It's
get
It's
you,
not?
YouTube.
you can see all. You can set. You can yeah, because we can upload to YouTube. We have a YouTube channel now, by the way. Do you want to plug that somewhere Sunday so that they can watch? Because I don't. think
Counter
they-
Space
It's linked,
Cast.
but I will also.
And we don't. We don't have enough subscribers because YouTube changed the way they work. You can't actually have a name on it.
Yeah, until you have 100 subs. I think.
Yeah, so like ours is just some random like letters and stuff.
It's that.
Yeah, like mine's the same way. Once I have
That's-
100 subs, I can actually name it Jorpin, but until then I can't. So.
I named mine before
Really?
they implemented that.
Oh yeah, you made yours when you were 12. Hey, we could just finish the podcast out by playing Sunday's old Minecraft trolling videos on YouTube.
I'm gonna server mute you. I'm gonna mute you.
I'm gonna
Hey, I'm the one broadcasting.
He's
You
music
can't
guy,
stop
okay.
me.
So we're
He
gonna end off this
actually is.
podcast with
Jordan
a new
can't talk
topic.
right now.
We're going to talk about the genuinity with
Help me.
TV shows, and then we can
Okay.
talk about Nick's sex life.
Oh,
Oh,
I'd love to
that's
talk
another.
about that. It's gonna be about 10 seconds long.
Can I talk
Hi,
yet?
Jordan. How's it going?
Hi, hey man,
Bye.
how's it going? Hope it's going well. How you doing, man?
Hey, what's up? How are
Nothing
you?
much. I'm doing good, man. How are you?
I actually wanted to talk about those.
What? Your sex life?
Compare the.
Bones, would you rather never be able to play a JRPG again or cut off one of your arms?
You're dominant. I'm gonna add something to it. You're
never be
dominant
able
arms.
to play a JRPG again because if I cut off one of my arms, I won't be able to play it anyway. You need two hands to play video games.
The question is, do you have to
Oh,
cut it
that's
off
really
yourself, or
ableist.
can you go and get like numbed and put to sleep?
I wish they'd put me to sleep if I cut off one of my arms forever.
What? Oh, guys. Oh,
Would you rather die?
It's
or
one.
cut
No,
your
it's one. It's one of those things where like that's how you test how smart someone is. That's one of my questions. I'm like, would you rather lose your arms or your legs? If they say your arms, I'm like, you're stupid, because like an arm is so much like harder to like you have to be able to
I
like
know.
move your hands and stuff. If someone cuts off your leg, you just put like a wooden stump there and you're good. Like
or yeah, you get a wheelchair.
I'm
like
operating on a
anything.
toe right now, and it's easy as hell.
It's true. No, that is like anyone who says arms is ridiculous because it's like, wow, I can walk places, but I can't do anything.
Yeah, and if you
Yeah,
just
I mean-
lose
I
a
mean,
leg, like
legs
wow,
are
I can
just,
still
like-
walk places with a prosthetic.
Sunday, those shorts are going. We're just gonna see a ball sack soon, buddy guy. You better be careful. Shorts. You're like you're
I
holding
plan
up
for this. I have, like,
you're
3
holding up the
legs,
hole
okay?
of the shorts directly at the camera. We're just gonna see straight down the bat cave.
Well, if the account gets banned, we that bad cave. The account gets banned, and we know the reason. Okay?
Would you rather cut off your right arm or your left arm? My right arm,
left
because
arm.
it's
I'm
giving.
right-handed.
It's yeah, I'm left-handed, so it's
Both arms are an option.
it's getting.
Both arms feels bad, man.
Look. Okay.
Blind or deaf.
I would rather be deaf.
Blind
I
or
hate
deaf's
being blind.
blind or deaf's like a lot harder.
I'd rather be blind because I love music, man.
Yeah, but if you're blind, you can't play any video games or watch anything. And
What?
you can't even walk around easily.
Blind's more selective because it depends on
I'd
like
be, like,
who
tough.
you are, like as a person.
Dude, when you're blind, you can't do anything because you're in darkness. But if you can't hear, whatever,
It
you can
senses the
still do
vibrations
whatever
in
you
the
want.
earth.
Oh damn, Daredevil over here.
Jesus, all right. So
Daredevil.
Sunday's gonna be a superhero. I'm gonna lose
That'd be
my
tough.
hearing and not care that much.
Look at that.
Wow, just losing her mind. Madeline's going crazy,
I
guys.
know.
I think we need to cut her off.
Cut her off from the memes.
I wonder if I could put a number of how many Snapchats she sent it.
She sent me 120 seconds worth so far.
120 seconds. Madeline, you have a problem, and
That's
you need
like-
to see it on.
That's 2 minutes of free content right there.
Freak out. Subscribe.
Yeah.
I just accepted you, Josh.
There was something I was gonna say because we're kind of winding down here. I think you've seen that we scraped the bottom of the barrel tonight.
Guys, has anyone, either of you guys, I don't think either of you guys has, but anyone in the chat watched Your Lie in April on Netflix? It's been out for a while, but I just watched it, and I am proud to announce that I shed a couple tears at the last episode, and I haven't cried in like 10 years. So I'm not dead inside anymore.
Woo!
It was so sad. It was so sad. I loved it so much. It's called Your Lie in April. It's really corny, but I think because the main character plays the piano, it really got to me because I love the piano. Oh, it really got to me. And now I'm watching one called
One Piece.
Yona of the Dawn. It's pretty good. Miss Karma told me to watch it, and I am. It's really good too. Almost burned through the first season today.
Jeez. Booty asked a question though. She asked if we could have any superpower, what would we want it to be? The superpower to have more superpowers.
Superpower to be a successful streamer. Like, comment, subscribe.
My
same.
superpower would be. My superpower would be invisibility.
No, I
Little
want to change
pervert.
mine now. I want to be able to.
Invisibility.
I want to be able to persuade anybody to do anything I want. Mind control.
Oh, you want to be what's his face from Jessica Jones?
I don't know
Where
what
he
that
just
is, but sure.
the main villain, what he does is he just says if you tell someone to do something, they have to do it. They're like immediately
But
compelled.
I want to be like that, except not have like a really big mutated brain.
Well, he doesn't. It's just David Tennant, like as a person.
All right, good.
So he'll just be like, if he's
Good
like
him.
someone does something that annoys him, he's just like gouge your eyes out with a knife, and they'll just do it.
Oh God.
Yeah, there's stuff like that. It's just like, oh, okay.
Oh boy.
And then if they,
This is Josh singing.
And a guy selling you out Sunday, he'd advertise cancer. Using out cancer balls.
Thank you, Josh, for becoming my friend.
thank you for having that great content, that great free content, so that we don't have to say
Don't
anything.
let them in, don't let them see. Be the good girl, always meant to be.
I don't
See,
even,
and now Josh is gonna sing over that.
I don't even know what to do right now. I'll be honest with you. I don't even.
Talk about animes. Like, what?
I have finished watching Cowboy Bebop, and
I'm so
felt
happy.
I will carry that weight for all of time.
I'm watching it now.
See you, Space
Yeah,
Cowboy.
I actually got Sunday and Straylock into it. I made him watch the first couple episodes
Kinda,
with me.
kind of, even though he's already watched it.
Yeah.
Excellent. Now you guys
Excellent.
gotta watch Trigun. That's what this banner over here. That's a Trigun banner because I love Trigun.
You just like Johnny Young Bosch, right?
No, I just like this character. I don't
Yeah.
like Johnny Young Bush that much. I like
think-
Stephen Bloom way more.
I used to like him a lot more. I don't like him as much anymore. I could talk about voice actors forever.
Oh, that got crooked.
I agree with Zach though. Like, who needs superpowers when I could just have like a stand behind me, a persona, basically. Just have my star platinum, just kill everyone, easily.
Nice.
Is there any video game news that happened besides the Division? But like, I feel like I can't have an opinion on that yet, so I don't really want to talk about it that much.
Video game news. I haven't been playing anything new
Okay.
except for Stardew, but we already talked about that.
Oh, it's so good.
In the
Yeah, that's
client,
what
we
I'm
already
playing.
talked about that
I
too.
haven't been
That's
playing
all.
it because I've been waiting to stream it when everyone stops streaming it because it's like, holy shit, there's so many people obsessed with it right now.
You shouldn't wait, man. You should just be playing games when you want to play them.
Well, I also don't like care that much about it. Like I want to play it, but I'm like oh god, I need to play it right now. But I'm like stopping myself, you know. I'm just like I'm kind of like indifferent about it. Like it's a game I bought, I want to play, but like I can wait because I don't care like all that much, you know. It's not like I'm obsessed. I'm like okay, I gotta stop because I want to play it so bad. And I'm just gotta wait till everyone's done. I'm just like kind of like I mean it's fun. It seems like a really good game, but I can wait. Like I got a million other games I can play.
I mean, I don't know. I just can play the game as soon as it comes out. I don't care who's playing it, and people still do come. So whatever.
It depends.
I still think, honestly, Jorp, I think playing it right when it comes out is still better than waiting for the hype to go down. Because when you play it right away, well, it depends how big the game is. If it's a AAA game, then yeah, no one's gonna find you.
Hi, lady.
But if
here? Hey,
The Culling is the first
Dog
game that I've
stream.
been able to enjoy playing off stream.
everyone say
Oh
hi,
really?
lady.
Stardew Valley is my off-game stream.
Everyone say hi to Lady
Stardew
Dog.
Valley's doing it.
Hi, Lady Dog.
She's joining the
Hi, Lady
podcast
Dog.
today.
I have a game called Legend of Heroes Trails in the Sky, and I really want to play that. And there's a sequel for it too. Actually, I played like this game a little bit. It's I think it's a PSP RPG that's like known to be really good. I played it for a bit and then I just kind of stopped. But now that I know that it's like critically loved and there's a sequel that's apparently really good too, I think I'm gonna get back into it and try it again. So if anyone knows anything about that game, any good or bad things, let me know and then maybe I'll stream it.
Bones, what say you about doing a Portal Night stream sometime?
Portal? Oh my
Night.
god, I don't even own
Portal
Oh,
Knights.
the dog's
Portal
so
Knights.
cute.
Portal Nights.
Aw.
Oh, Portal Knights, yeah, absolutely. I want to do that.
Okay.
We haven't played Portal Knights in forever, and I really liked it.
Yeah, I did too, honestly.
The only reason I actually stopped Jorp is because my main file got corrupted, so I lost everything.
Oh, that sucks.
Everything.
Oh, how did that happen?
It was when Jorp left, but we were still playing. Remember, I went to load my main file, and it's like cannot load world.
You didn't have that
Well-
much at that point, though.
No, we didn't. But still, I still built my house and fixed it up, and I
I
had
guess
a lot.
that's
I had
discouraging, right?
materials. Exactly. Like now, it's like, what if I get 5 times farther than that, and
Yeah,
then I
and
lose
it
all my
happens again.
progress?
Have you looked up that problem?
No, I'll just wait. It's an early access game.
I'm so proud.
I'll
I'm so
just-
proud of Sunday right now. I taught him to Google everything. Anytime he has a problem now, he asks me. I'm like, just Google it, and then he finds the answer.
And
now-
also,
and the first
That's
thing
what
I
I
hear him
usually
say,
do, but I mean, you're always here in Discord. It's fine.
it's just it brings a tear to my eye. I taught him well.
Base Sponge Studio is the one that did the Rust, by the way. Like an hour ago.
oh my god,
Oh yeah.
he
you're-
found it, guys. He did it.
Oh, that's something new. Punch Club
So
came out with new
Oh,
expansion.
DLC.
Really?
Yeah, it's called
Yeah,
the
it
Dark
did.
Nick was
Fist.
telling me about that.
Yeah.
Is it paid for expansion?
No, it's free.
Woo! They
free
did
stuff.
They did it right.
That's a
Did
nice
it right.
Scott Pilgrim, dude.
We're gonna play that.
And
Okay.
on my 20 on wait, how old is he here? On my 24th birthday, a girl, because I have all the Scott Pilgrim comics up there because I love them. They're really
Graphic
good.
novels.
But
I
had an
don't
ex-
see the
I had a-
DLC.
I had an ex-girlfriend who on my 23rd birthday made me this still because it said, ladies and gentlemen, I have an announcement to make. I, Scott Pilgrim, will be the best 24-year-old ever. Scott Pilgrim wins his birthday. And nom nom nom, eating his cake. And I love it. I still have it, even though we broke up. I still love it.
Is this something you have to download?
It's hanging up in my
I think
room.
it's just like an update, but I'm
cool.
not sure.
That's great.
I'm trying. Sorry, my dog is acting a fool right now.
Dog
I got
stream.
confused. Dog stream. Okay. Hi, here's Lady Dog again. She's looting my floor. She acts like I never feed her because she's looting my floor right now. And now she's scared that I'm petting her. Look at this. Look at this. She's just sitting down on the ground. Hey, lady. That's right. Look. Oh, who likes to get the pets? Who likes to get the pets? Oh.
All right. So with that
Oh.
Ah.
Sorry, I went Super Saiyan there for a second. What's up, guys? How's the podcast going?
Hey.
Neptunia. All right, Infinite Jorlux brought up Neptunia. Here we go. Time to shit on everything everyone
Let's
loves.
play Neptune. Me and
CounterCast
Neptunia was on a crazy sale the other day when me and Sunday were hanging out, and I was like, Sunday, we should buy all 3 of the Neptunias for like
I was
$20.
really considering it.
And then we should just both stream it so Jorp has to watch us play it.
Didn't you say
I
you were
just
going
won't
to, Nick?
participate. Like
No.
you think
No, I
like
didn't
you
get
think
them.
I'll be like I'm like
Because-
forced to watch your guys' stream if you're playing that shit game? No, I'll never come. Like if it's being played, I'll never
Yeah.
be there. Genuinely.
Yeah. No,
Fuck
I have,
that game.
I have I'm not gonna get the Neptunias because I have their other game called Fairy Fencer F.
It's the exact same
all
thing, by the way.
right, but it wasn't good enough to keep my attention to beat it. So
No, there are very few games in my life where I have been like, this is objectively shit. That may sound like a
I
surprise
don't
coming
think-
from me.
no, not even a little. And there's a lot of games. I don't think I hate that many nearly as many games as you do.
I mean, I don't really hate that.
I don't
many
hate
games.
like any games.
Yeah, I don't hate
You
that
hate-
many games. I hate Neptunia. I don't even hate Ocarina of Time. I just hate.
Oh.
You do.
I just hate that people think it's the greatest game of all time because it's not. Not even remotely. Not even close. Like it's not that good of a game.
We know, Jorp. We know. Continue on to go back to Neptunia.
I just hate that everyone inflates it. All right. Neptunia's bad because fourth wall breaking fan service. That's the plot. Combat system sucks.
Yeah.
It's grindy as hell.
I don't.
Every
think the
time you
combat's
jump, the
that
girl
bad.
says Desu. That's stupid. That's all I have to say about that part.
Which one did you? Okay, Jorp. Can I
I
ask
played
which
the first
Neptunia
one.
did you play?
Hyperdimension
the
Rebirth
first
one. Yeah.
Okay. I'd probably get the third one and just start there.
We talked
why
about
would I
Persona. We
do
talked
that?
about Ocarina of Time. We talked about Neptunia. I think we finished.
We're just
Done.
we're just checking the Jorp checklist tonight. We're just right off the bat. We gotta make sure we get
I got
it.
Jorp bingo, guys! Woo!
Jorpo. Well,
Woo!
I'm actually gonna do it. I'm gonna do it like a 9x9 grid of things that Jorpin and Sunday does, and then I'm gonna slowly check it off and see if I can get a Sunday or Jorp bingo.
I mean, I'm gonna give you basically just win with me. Like it happens, because you guys always bring up something I can't avoid, like bringing it up.
Sunday has his Sundayerisms too, so I'm sure I could think of
Yeah.
something.
I've already told you, Neptunia's not until I have 200 subs. We made that
And
deal.
my phone
It's
has
recorded.
just straight up died.
I mean, you should stop being so popular with the
Pep win.
girls.
200 subs.
Stop Snapchatting me. My phone is dead.
Okay,
It's actually dead.
so
It actually is dead.
we've got a couple more minutes. I'm going to talk about the division for a little bit, and then we'll do our closing statements.
Okay.
This podcast has not been the most organized we've had, but it's okay because we had fun. And
Yeah, I had fun.
Our friendship has become stronger because of it. Am I right?
Laughter
I mean,
is the best
arguable.
medicine.
Okay. So I'm going to talk about the division. Division, I played about 6 hours now. I think that's my time on Steam. I actually really like it. I like it a lot more than I thought it would. I don't want to say it's a good game yet, just because I have to see how much late game content it has. Because it's one of those MMO games where I can tell I'm going to need to grind a lot to get the best gear, to get to whatever the best content is, you know? And so I want to see what kind of end game content it has. I haven't gotten to the Dark Zone yet. I just hit level 10, so I can start doing it. But I liked it a lot in the beta, conceptually. I still like it now. It's a polished game besides like optimization, but I don't know how much of that is like the game's just intensive itself. I mean, I've got the AMD equivalent parts of like all like the recommended specs, and like my game runs like ass. It shouldn't run that badly, but it does. But it's okay because I still have fun playing
You
it.
couldn't stream it, could you?
No, I can't stream it. It maxes out my CPU at almost all times while streaming it, and that causes me to drop severe frames.
Yeah.
I tried for like
I
15
didn't
minutes.
think about that.
I tried for like 15 minutes and I had severe issues with it. I think AMD will release drivers or Division will update it for AMD cards because like it's kind
Yeah,
of
they'll
like
probably update it.
it's kind of like ridiculous how badly it runs because like the people who have the equivalent Intel, I don't think it's the CPU is the problem. I think it's the GPU honestly. The people who have the equivalent like NVIDIA GPU, the 970, like run the game like on medium high settings perfectly fine. Why have to run it all low and max out the entire time? Basically, it's a very beautiful game. I like the mechanics. If you go into expecting a short time to kill, like like Rainbow Six Tom Clancy game. It's not that. It's an MMO. It's weird to think about that Tom Clancy game would be like an MMO with bullet sponge enemies, but it's okay. It's still a fun game. I like it so far. Is it worth $60? I can't tell you yet, because I need to put more time into it and see if that's okay. So we only got a couple more minutes. You guys want to talk about what you're going to be doing with your streams? Because I know Sunday can stream now.
I actually am thinking about starting Undertale.
Woo!
Thinking
you
about
haven't you haven't done it yet? I thought you already played Undertale.
No, I've never played Undertale.
Oh, I thought you did.
Mm-mm.
Okay.
I watched the Game Grumps play a lot of it, so a lot of the end was kind of spoiled.
Wait, did you watch all their playthroughs? Like, when they did, like, the Genocide and Pacifist or whatever?
Nope.
Okay.
Didn't see any of the Genocide run. I just see a lot of their first playthrough, which was the Pacifist run.
That's fine. So just play the game normally, and then try to get all the endings. Because it's not that long of a game. You get all the endings, it's only like 10 hours long.
How many endings are there?
There's
there 3 or
three.
4?
3 major ones. There's True Pacifist, there's Neutral, and there's Genocide. You're probably gonna get.
I'm guessing if you
you're gonna get Neutral
if
your
you
first
so much as
playthrough.
hurt, if you so much as hurt someone, you'll get like one person. You won't get the Pacifist.
You have to actually do extra stuff that you wouldn't expect to do for the True Pacifist ending. So like you won't get it your first playthrough unless someone spoils it for you. Which if they do, I'd shoot them.
Ben.
Yeah.
I haven't even done the Pacifist of Undertale
Because you keep screwing it up, even though I keep telling you what you have to do. All right. This is your fault.
You've told me like once.
This is
I
your
looked it up
fault.
on the wiki and it didn't even work for me.
It is your.
I just hate getting to the end and doing like everything except one thing right and nothing being different.
Let's
It's a
wrap
good
up this
thing-
stream. I kind of gotta go.
Okay.
Sorry.
Bones
Nick,
gonna start until
Sorry.
Sunday. What are you doing with your stream?
Playing Earthbound until it's over. Then I'll probably chill out with like I don't know Link, maybe I don't. I'll probably have like a week in there after Earthbound that I just chill out and do random things.
Okay.
And then I don't really know what game I'm playing after that, but yeah. Oh, drum stream coming up this Monday.
Woo!
Musical Monday is going to be a thing.
All right.
What about you, Jordan?
I am going to finish my playthrough of Danganronpan. It's a great game. I love it so far. Bones is disappearing into the abyss. God rest his soul. I'm gonna finish.
We're on next agenda now.
I love Danganronpa actually a lot more than I thought I would. I'm gonna continue playing that.
You guys like it?
It's amazing. Next couple weeks, I have no idea. After that, because I'll probably finish it. No, I probably won't finish it this week. But I don't know. I've been kind of weird flux trying to figure out games I can play on the stream. I have problems with that. If no one's noticed, where I just go through days where I'm like, I don't know what to do. But once I find a game,
noticed that more.
I get super. Bye, Bones. Bye. I love you. Goodbye.
Oh my god, you have drumming emotes. Oh, 8-bit drummer! I watch him. Woo!
I'm literally going to
Bye.
see Deadpool like right now because it starts at 7:30.
Good.
So I'll see you guys later.
Bye,
I love you,
Bones.
everybody.
Bye.
I seriously gotta go.
Bones is
Bye,
Bones is
I'm just
taking
gonna leave my
an exit.
webcam looking at a chair so it doesn't mess up with the webcam stuff. Then I'm gonna mute my mic. Love you, everybody.
Bye.
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 I have to go too, guys. I'm gonna go watch Deadpool with Nick.
Oh yeah. I mean, I'm gonna finish talking about my stream while everyone's just being shitty. So I don't know what I'm gonna do after I beat Danganronpa.
I
probably.
trolled ya.
Oh, dude, he got me. He got me. Woo!
Continue.
But I'm probably gonna. I'm probably be in that same state of flow. I won't play more of the calling. I want to wait till they kind of optimize it a bit more though. Other than that, next month, April 18th, mark it down in your calendars, kids. 1 year anniversary of the full-time Jorp stream. I've actually got a lot of shit planned, a lot of good like cool stuff planned.
To
say thank you.
Are you still doing the one thing?
To all of you? Sure, whatever that means.
Okay.
I'm just I can't I kind of got a little emotional with my 1,000 follower stream, but I can't say thank you enough to all of you. I consider all of you my friends. I love you guys, and I'm just gonna be basically me doing what I think will entertain you guys the most, and it'll show you how far I've come and how far I will be going, and that's basically all I have planned. So, thank you everyone again. I love you all. You're great. Thank you for not only
I'm glad I
supporting
met you.
supporting me.
Everybody else.
Stop. Thank you for not only I can't take this right now. Thank you for not only supporting me, but all of us here with the podcast. We love you all. We're done. We lost someone. God rest his soul. We
Guys,
lost
70 followers, by the way. That's a milestone. It was really fast.
We lost Bones to the memes.
By the way,
Thank you all 70 of you who followed, even though I don't know how many of you, it doesn't matter.
numbers don't really matter, but hey, thanks for stuff.
We're gonna host someone as always. We actually, can I announce this? The whole idea we had. Is you okay with that?
Gaming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One of these nights we're gonna have a gaming night where like after we're done with the podcast, we're just gonna like play some multiplayer games, sit around, chill out, maybe talk about the podcast, talk some shit about how Bones left us to go watch Deadpool. You know, wink, wink. He's cool though.
We might actually get some emotes too. Come to think of it.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll have a gaming night. I'm not really sure what we're gonna do yet. We're still working on logistics. We were thinking like board games or like other multiplayer games.
I mean, I don't know why I said that completely off topic, but yeah, I want emotes because it's funny.
Yeah. Other than that, well, we're going to be hosting someone tonight. We'll give you more details on the game night, either on our own streams and probably on the CounterCast media, whether it be on YouTube or Twitter. You know, follow those. Thanks, guys.
We post to Twitter all the time.
All
the links are on the link panel.
Yeah. Other than that, I mean, I think we're good. Thank you guys so much for watching, and good night. See you next week.
Good night.
Bye.
Bye. We'll post the retard in the chat in a second.
Okay.
Farewell.